It's you. Why are you standing there in plain sight? You need to hide. This place is not safe for the likes of you, especially after dark. Ah, I can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here. You can hide with me. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Hey everybody, we are definitely playing tonight. Drew is having a little technical difficulty. We may have to start without him here. I'm giving him another 5 minutes to see if we can get things up and running, maybe 10. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. You can see that Stream Elements decide that we are once again married. It saw that I was seeing somebody else called Atom and decided it wanted to work. With that said, we should have everything up and running once again. If not, I have a backup plan for what we can use. Remember, everyone, tonight is a Streamloot show. If you have Streamloot cards, I'm going to turn them on now to get you all ready for the chaos. We left this group in a pretty rough situation as they are entering the temple of Golthok, god of filth. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything can go wrong. According to Todd and Stream Elements Dice, 5 people eat it tonight. So a router's already down, so now I just got to get 4 more people. You are incorrect, sir. Incorrect.
safe for the likes of you, especially after dark. Ah, I can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here, you can hide with me. I'll keep you safe from this circle.
character sheet. I think between Todd and I for sure. Yeah, I mean, if
I'm muted. There we go. We're gonna do a pre-show. Drew's internet went out. Well, he was in the room and it went out. So we're gonna do a pre-show for a little bit. Shoot the shit with everybody. We haven't done it in a little while. But we'll see if he comes back. If not, we're just gonna play without him. We're going into a real rough situation for this show, and I hate to fuck over the team like that. Like in all seriousness, because this in front of us on the screen is Gulfox Temple. That it's reclaimed an old keeper's temple and is got the devoted of Gulthok, which they've learned that he is the unclean. And Drew's character randomly murdered one of the devoted with the fingernail through the head. No auto goblins, Bear. It was me. I just forgot to unmute it. So I figure we just we'll shoot the shit and then decide what we're gonna do. I did bring something fun though. Hold on here. Let me go to solo cam. So, because we're playing a horrible thing tonight, I went and got one of my favorite beers from downstairs. And this beer can, Allie, is probably one of my favorite. Let me see if I can tilt it. There we go. Feels perfect for the show, right? A little bit of that black metal style. It is bat masking oatmeal stout, and it says it's not normal. I don't know if you noticed it, but that's a turntable on the bottom below the goat. So, oops, wrong one. So, I brought that to have a little drink while we're waiting. Bear, I heard you might be snowed in, my friend. Good luck with that.
Colorado.
Midwest. I don't know, is Colorado really the Midwest anymore?
No, but I had the experience when I lived in Colorado.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to put the AC on in my car today.
Yeah, we were warm today. We were in the 70s today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went out and worked on the cars for a little bit and did that.
It's like 68 degrees, 70.
It's wild. It's warm in here.
I got to 72 today.
It's not warm as warm now. I think it's like 65 out now. It's supposed to get rain and all this other shit. So, I know a few of us are going to GaryCon, and some of us are not. Few things to talk about for conventions. Actually, I have a contingency backup list in case we ever had to do a pre-show again. I know some of us go to conventions a lot. Kelly and I specifically are at a lot of conventions. I know Allie goes to some local ones. Todd used to go to a ton as well for a while. I think he got smart, unlike the rest of us, and stopped going. This year,
9 years.
Yeah, this year, GaryCon is $130.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, GaryCon?
Yes.
Come on, GaryCon.
Now that I think it's a lot of things, and I'm not mad at Luke, but man, in conventions in general, right now, Milwaukee MKE is going on as well. So Clinton Boomer and his wife are there. If you're a fan of Bloodlines and Black Magic, he helped work on the first edition version. He's a novelist and all this other stuff, but they're there, and even the price for Milwaukee MKE went up. It's getting to the point to where, like, I'm gonna start only going to one convention a year if this keeps up.
Yeah.
Like, or invited
that's already
only.
where I'm at.
Dude, the hotel costs are insane now. Like, it's gotten. Online conventions might be where it's at for a while. I don't really enjoy them. I've done a few. They're okay. They're just not as fun. They're just not as fun. Like, you just did a comic convention, didn't you, Allie? Like this year sometime? Or last year for Southtown?
Ooh. It was a while back. I think the next one's coming up in June or July for it. But yeah, that was GalaxyCon. So it's GalaxyCon is one of those cons that's almost like too big for its britches con, you know, where they're trying to do almost too
Allie,
much.
that's every convention.
Fair. But a lot of the people who come in are very much like the cosplayers, like anime kids.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to find like a target niche. They've got like some games in there, but the games
I'm telling you what, if you're selling, you don't want to be at your target audience. You want to be adjacent. You want to be like, if you're selling tabletop RPGs, you want to be at a pop culture expo because there's no competition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I've learned that.
I think we're thinking about Fan Expo this year.
Sure.
But we've got
Gotta have
a
some
lot of
swag
places
though.
we're looking at.
Like you gotta have stuff to sell
Oh,
besides just the comic, and then that usually does well. Like Brian Berg does TPK games, and I learned that from him. He's like, yeah, man, my anime conventions are my best conventions because like there's no other tabletop convention person, but it's all kind of runs parallel, which is
Very fair.
pretty fun for that stuff. But yeah, Gary Con this year is going to be a little wild. It's the 50th anniversary of D&D, minus all the heat around that title, that brand.
Yeah.
50 fucking years of D&D. And is this Gary Con 10 or 12, Kelly? Do you remember?
I want to say it's like 12.
Let's look. Let's look. 10,
No,
16. 16.
Wow.
So for those who don't know,
COVID, you know what? COVID just screwed up everyone's
Right.
timeline.
That's
That's why we're all like, it's 12, right?
that and daylight savings. This is the first year that I can say that daylight savings fucked me. Like actually, in all my life, I was just exhausted afterwards. I've never felt that way. I'm always like, whatever. It screwed me this time. But no, they if it's 16, this is gonna be a wild convention, I think. And Lou's gonna be there. Lou Augusta's gonna be there this year with his kid.
Wow.
Yeah. Eric Mona's gonna be there. Never been there before, so he'll be in town for
Okay.
that. He moved back to the Midwest area, so it's closer than Seattle is. So it's gonna be a fun con with friends. I know we're gonna be playing a few games. We're gonna be doing Shadow Dark for sure. Mythic Bastion Land, which Allie and I have been playing with
Oh
Diana.
my God, yes.
Yeah, with Diana and Adam and Raven. That's a really good one. Mythic Bastion Land is a system that made me realize as a designer I may have been doing it wrong my entire life. So, kind of like how I felt with Blades in the Dark. Like that's that level of like, why are we rolling so many times when I could just roll attack and damage at the same time, and players can pool dice together to like do combine things together? There's just something about it's so easy. It almost is hard to explain how elegant the system is. Like it's so fucking awesome. And then tomorrow, speaking of systems, Todd, you're saying we get Archives of Nethys finally gets the core update. Finally.
Yep, remaster comes to Archives of Nethys noon. Which noon? I'm not sure.
Just
Might be
noon.
Eastern, might be Central. It's
Some
noon.
point in time at noon.
This
Figure by
week.
the end of day tomorrow, it
It's
should
noon
be on
o'clock
there.
somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm excited because I didn't realize how much running Pathfinder I have become reliant and almost like a crutch for Archives of Nethys and Path Builder. Probably more Archives for me because monster lookup's easier. Like I can look up by type, like how much of a crutch it is. Because when it was down that one day, I was like, oh, I gotta open a fucking book.
Yeah.
Where do I
I use
put it at?
PDFs.
I have no room for this. I don't like running PDFs during the big shows like this because Adobe Acrobat is about as reliable as a 6-time convict. Like he's gonna commit crime again. Like it's
Right.
it's gonna go wrong. And Acrobat, I swear to God, crashes on me every day. Like,
You know, which I should open that for the show.
I don't like it because it's linked into OBS and I get fucking problems all the time with it. Well, I don't see a Drew here, everybody. He was in here earlier. His internet's down. I'm going to tell him just to pop in, watch it on your phone. Watch it on your phone. Join in when you get it running. Because if we all remember, he killed the guy last show when we did our circle. So I have a way to usher him away for a little bit if it's needed. He's kind of giving me a little loophole accidentally by saying yes to a Frankhouse dilemma. Not my fault. Not my fault. Definitely Allie's fault, but not my fault. What? You didn't take the dilemma. It was either one of you that could have got it.
Yeah. So
For once, Allie said
fine.
no to a dilemma. I was like, well, Drew will definitely say yes. That's how that happened.
hey, I mean, sometimes you've gotta
say no to drugs? What is this, dare?
Yes.
Where's my Nora shirt?
Oh my god.
Plug for the Nora shirt.
It's true. It's true. For those who don't know, we have a Nora shirt that is done in the dare style. Allie made it for us. It is hilarious and honestly way too truthful. But I think it's more, hers is like, Nora's is more like, don't disturb my crime scene, not don't do drugs. We know Nora does drugs. She has to. There's no way she can be that smart. She's sucking down Zap like it's going out of style.
I mean, she's an abandoned. Is that
Yeah, she can't. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
can't do it anymore. Rude? It's not rude, just truthful. Well, with no Drew, everybody, I think I'm gonna run our trailer, our intro, and then I'm gonna kick off our show for us. So we're gonna be a person down, one wheel cuff to go, but the dice roller is working now, so I can have the audience roll for wheel cuff here and there, and we'll see. We'll see how this works. Wheel cuff is a real boy now. Wheel cuff has a full character sheet, and is 100% a real boy. So maybe he can save the party from a dying. We'll see. We'll be back in a few.
From a dying.
From a dying. Well, everybody, I'm excited to run this. I feel bad that Drew didn't make it. Hopefully, Drew, if you're watching this, you can show up part of the way through. I have a way to not have you in the scenes to start. Thank you for your lovely character choices. With that said, tonight we have arrived at the Temple of Golthok. They called in a flight, an airship from Merrifield, which is Everston's scrapyard area. They've called in the Eerie Echo and brought that here with a pilot. The pilot is still here above with a fairly large, like Sky Hunter Azure rifle, which is an electric gun. He's watching over them. They killed one of the devoted. Wilcuff has painted vegetables on a box of TNT. When they found out they were going in, he opened his chest compartment up as the wooden little boy that he is now, put a few in, and they have made their way up to the temple. Now, I am concerned about how this is going to go. I think everyone's at full health or near full health. I don't think anyone took any bad damage that I know of, but the ritual that was done was to cleanse them of anything. And when that happened, it set something off for Regder. Regder currently is following a different keeper out of survival. And that keeper took over when he was sleeping. For the players, they haven't really got to see what's going on, but every single day, Regder has been clipping 2 fingernails off as they are growing on one of his hands. Enough to where he's actually had to stitch his glove shut. And he's wasted time doing this a lot of nights, like hiding what's going on. It's hard to hide it when his fingernails shoot out and he punches holes through the devoted's head and kills it in front of the group. There will be questions, but I don't think now's the time. The group walked into Gulfox Temple using the name of the siblings and of the sister, saying they're here to see her. And I'm worried about how rough this is going to go. Now, I expected this episode to be in the last 3 of the season at some point. Our players are level 4. They have a fighting chance. Except that this is a pretty dangerous spot to be. So I'm going to take us to the main chamber. I'm going to bring everyone on. We've already kind of moved everybody here. I'll bring everybody onto the table. Let me go over to our group. As they walk into this poorly lit place with fallen statues of some obvious keeper or person of importance, there are torchlights and some bonfires lit. I am trying to remember for the life of me, how did you guys get up here after killing the devoted? Let me unmute you all too. You're good. Go ahead, Kelly.
I don't know. I think like you're just like, how do you guys get here? So, I mean, if with Drew not being here to defend himself, I guess.
I will tell you both Drew and the devoted vanished.
Okay.
And thankfully, if you remember correctly, the other devoted that were with Drew, with the other cleansed that were with the devoted walked away. The only one that came back was the devoted and the people, and they did the ritual. And now all that's standing behind is the party besides Drew and the people who came to do the ritual. They're gone. Kelly made her save. She's fine. Because you were cleansed as well. So you were part of the ritual. So you did not get pulled into all the stuff that was going on. And the saves, so you know that you were making, were versus Drew's class DC when everyone made their saves at the end of the last episode.
Okay.
He didn't know what was going on either. Just so you, for clarity, I didn't want you to think he was screwing the group over. So with everyone gone, it's pretty... No one's around. There's just a line. All that's left behind is the book of the devoted, because he was holding it in his hand when he was doing the ritual, and it hit the ground. Anything else that anyone was holding, like a trinket or a talisman, anything like that, also fell in the mud and the snow and muck. But is there... Like, our goal was to go in the temple or to go underground.
Yeah, so after everything that happened, I turned to Georgia, and I'm like, I know I've made some questionable decisions lately, but I've at least filled you guys in after the fact. What the fuck was that?
Was that planned?
Honestly, not as far as I know. Not for me.
Do you know, like, is that Drew? Or not Drew? Is that Regder? Or is that like a...
Is that
Drew?
Like
You're right, it is Drew. It's not Regder.
Right. No.
The internet took him.
The internet took him. Like, Maria's like, is that like a
Second
cryptid or
right into
something? And we didn't know.
Wilcuff leans in and he goes, I gotta ask y'all, but is your friend a real powerful cleric or caster or something? Because he just made all those people disappear. And he killed the one. Did you see it?
I saw something. I was kind of blinded because I was outside of the ritual.
Fingernails
He's a
grew
talented
from his
hunter.
hand and punctured the man's eyes and out the back of his head.
He's a
Saw
talented
it.
hunter, but spells have never necessarily been his specialty.
There's hunting, and then there's that. I would allow some lovely Maria bullshit if you want to try to make a roll.
Start rolling some
on
bullshit here. Bullshit rolls. I'm gonna do esoteric lore with the focus or the assumption at least at first that it might be a curse.
Okay.
Because he seemed like he was being. I don't
He's
know.
been a little sketchy for the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, he's been kind of sketchy. So, I just assumed because the sister showed up and may have been involved, and lo and behold, she was involved. So, I kind of like wrote it off. But now this happened, so it's like, was that a cryptid? You know what? I'm gonna let it ride. I got a natural 1,
Okay.
but we keep forgetting that I have the dubious lore
Yeah, I don't forget.
feat.
I just
Well,
don't
I keep
remind.
forgetting. I keep forgetting.
Because I fucking hate it.
I keep forgetting. So dubious knowledge.
Yup. Want to tell
Okay.
everybody what it does there, Nora? Oh, I mean Maria.
Right. You are a treasure trove of information, but not all of it comes from reputable sources. When you fail, I critically failed, so it doesn't come into effect.
Yay! I mean,
So, but because like we already know we're down a person, I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna sit on that natural 1. I'm not burning hero points or a.
you want superstition?
No, I'm not burning a
We
superstition.
could
on
we
this
can make
right
a
now.
really easy superstition for this. Like,
Don't let your.
uh-oh.
Or some shit.
Yeah, but we
well.
don't in this show because it's too much work.
It's too much work. It takes
Okay.
up too much time.
I'd have to have
and I'm usually-
everyone knowledges written down for every character that would change every time we do something. And
Yeah.
Any particular item we take out of the basket of work Eric has to do is probably for the best.
yes.
Yeah, and I think I'd like to think I'm pretty good at like not.
So
thinking,
does it
so
give you
give me-
dubious,
it-
a real and a fake?
If it wasn't a crit fail, it would give me
Okay.
a real and a fake, but it's a
Gotcha.
crit fail, so
Okay. You have no idea. You've never seen
Okay.
it before. Well, first
Right.
off, you've never seen him cast anything ever.
right,
Only George has ever casted things.
right.
2, there was no verbal components. The only thing that happened was the somatic of him jabbing the guy's eyes out with his fingernails, went out the back of the guy's head, and then they all just like literally disappeared into the fingernails and then into the ritual, and he went with them.
So because I can't really piece anything together, I'm like, I turned to Georgia and Burke. I'm like, was this like something that happened when you all ended up like in the darkest house?
I
You're muted.
don't
Ellie.
recall anything happening to him
I mean-
specifically.
I mean, like in general, like because, like I said, like I looked and then you guys all had those eyeballs like coming out of your skull, like, and you said that you had witnessed something different, like you were like trapped in the house. So like, did something like that maybe happen when you were trapped in the house and I wasn't?
Wilcox goes,
I
I
wasn't
did
with you?
feel like I remember being able to see you and the creature, the multi-eyed beast. And then I remember also being, I think, cut up on a bed, but I don't know which of the two were real until I got back, and now he clanks wood together. This.
Because I don't think we
So-
actually went there physically because it was all some sort of mental projection from the would we refer to that thing as a haunt?
Yeah, that's what the theory
from the-
was, is that it was a haunt But now, after talking to the mayor, she's saying that the darkest house could be anywhere, always, and she can open doors. So it could have been the darkest house. You feel like it was the darkest house. Allie and Drew's characters would feel like this is the darkest house. Maria just saw you standing still with a third eye in your forehead. And you're like frozen.
Right, so I guess like from Maria's standpoint, like all the weird shit that may have happened in the house, did anything like this happen, or did like it have like similar vibes or similar energy? And if the point is like no, that's not.
I would say this does not feel or look anything similar to that at all.
Okay.
Like that is very clear. Even with the roll, like it is beyond. Like that made sense. Like maybe it's part of the darkest house. This doesn't. There's no indicator that this would be part of the darkest house.
Okay. Then.
And this could go back as far as those creatures we fought when we first got to the station.
Right.
Feasible.
Or the Glawful that we were running into, and the giant fire moth.
Also feasible.
Eric,
Okay.
I would like to do a check. I would probably have to be society, maybe, I don't know, dwarven lore, some sort of
What's your question?
wisdom. I would like to roll to see if I could like have confirmed at any point if this was like actually my brother, if there were any like red flags at any point, like when we first.
That would just be a
met
perception
back up.
check, but a higher DC.
Yeah.
Because it would just be remembering
Okay.
things. Like, do you remember
Cool.
anything stand outish that was off? That's kind of what you're asking?
Exactly.
I can tell you as a player, no. Like you haven't witnessed anything. Drew has been very secretive about it so far. It's all been
Right.
fucking direct messages to me.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Not that that makes you feel any better.
No, not at all. I did get a 26.
The only thing you noticed is there was a few times you woke up where he was repairing clothing, and that's not abnormal.
Okay.
You're travelers. Like you have to repair your stuff when you're out in the cold. But the thing that was the weirdest is you did, now looking back after what's been explained, he did repair his glove more than twice that you noticed. But it used to be just the one finger, and you're like, well, it's his rifle hand. Maybe he's been snagging it. Like it didn't seem out of the norm. And he's a trap maker. But now the second one as well, and now with what just happened, there is something off. It didn't start, and this is what I'll give you, until you all slept in the cave.
Okay.
Oh, with the.
And he woke up, and he was exhausted with like he had not slept at all, but everybody else was fine. And that was that was right after the moth attack.
That was after the moth attack. That was before we found the dwarven box.
Correct.
But you guys had mentioned something about the lost clan or something. So.
Yep. That was when you started noticing him patch his gloves and stuff like that. Not looking back
Okay,
now,
that
like
was-
piecing it all together.
That was the same night where we had Wilcuff stay with us for the first time, and he had his winter clothes appear.
You got it. He said he used ley line magic.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But he has been honest with you and helpful the whole time. And right now, I mean, he's very odd now. He doesn't seem to be off-putting in any, like, on purpose kind of way. You know what I mean?
Right. Maria, how much do you know about ley lines?
I mean, not a lot. I'm not a caster. There's not really a way that I can channel ley line energy, but I can try and think of something. And then
Incredibly
roll
dangerous.
esoteric lore.
Without one active or anything, you're just making general knowledge checks. What's your take 10? I don't even need you to roll for this part.
For esoteric lore is 21.
Yeah. So I will tell you the basics. Ley lines were sundered when the sundering happened. They split, not because the water disappeared, but because the ocean beds, where they split and shattered and things kind of pulled apart, ley lines broke. Where continent pieces pulled away, ley lines broke. There is a theory crafted by the different Mancers throughout Cadra that there is a place, maybe more than one, but there is a centralized place where all the ley lines go, and they believe something happened to that. But no one's been able to track a ley line to the source. They can track them to knots, and then they lose track of where they exit because of how knots work. They bind up. They're a focal point of energy. They're extremely powerful. Teleportation circles, teleportation, like way stations and stuff like that are made and usually owned by the True Faith. But there's also really powerful places where keepers were found throughout history that were on ley line knots that provide them access to the people who use their divine magics.
Okay.
But the theory is ley lines don't work well anymore, and they're chaotic and unpredictable, and using them can be dangerous because if you tap one that doesn't go anywhere and you get a raw end of one, you're gone. And not like Drew just has to appear going. I mean, like magic fucking vaporizes you from the inside out.
Right.
May send you to another realm altogether.
Yeah, that's. I didn't even think about it, but that is very true. Do you want to make a check, Berg?
Yes, I would.
So I give like the basic knowledge of
Yeah, that's like the
that stuff.
shorthand. You know what I mean? Like that's what you would learn in class on the. This is what it is. This is why you don't fuck with it, Harry Potter. Like that's the gist of it.
Nature, right?
Correct.
Ooh,
We'll count
23.
Would you consider yourself to be fairly trained in it?
I am trained.
I shouldn't say. Would your background, would you consider yourself pretty researched? That's probably a better way to say it.
I would imagine. I mean, it was a huge part of what got me here.
Would you say you would know more than the average bear?
Whatever crash course you could go through over 6 months of learning about how it works, and then
more than
spending
most
a
people
year-
do. Then.
Yeah.
Are you trained in Arcana?
Great question. No.
You're not. Nature, you'll know everything that she just said is pretty true from your studies, and you do know how the raw end of the deal turns out. It can send you places. Did you lose anyone as well when it went wrong?
Like 85% of the people that were there.
That's what I wanted to know.
Quite a few.
I would tell you that if you had detect magic, or if somebody else had detect magic, you could probably assist them in locating ley lines, like you know enough about them to where you can locate them. But you know, even using magics around them, if you know where they are, you're standing on the line, you channel, and you spend like a little extra time mechanically in our game. If you spend an extra action, you can channel ley line power. So if you do a 2-action cast and you slap that third on, you can pull from ley lines to do stuff. There may be one in this area, possibly. But without detect magic and some time, you're not going to know. And with that, the end of the line is turned and look back at the group. Remember, you're about 500 foot from these people, and it's a quarter-mile line. They turn back and look at the group of you standing there still. The lift is still down. The airship is still in the air. But the devoted and the people who came down with him are not. Wilcuff goes, so do we go to the front door and use the sibling names? Or are we doing my plan where we go down below, find the hole, open it up, sink this thing?
Well,
I don't.
go ahead,
I don't-
Georgia.
I don't know how good our names are exactly going to sound after what just happened.
He leans down and grabs the book off the ground. He's like, he said the names are in here. He hands it to one, puts out in the middle of the group of you. Not real good at flipping pages anymore.
I'll take it.
If you're gonna look through it, you do see a list of names, and basically there's everyone who's in the line. It's a pretty thick book. It's the names of people in a different language. I would have to know what languages you have. But they are crossed out, or they have a circle around them, or they have a check mark next to them.
Okay, so I have find my character sheet. I have Fae, Cadraic, and Moldovan.
Fae, Cadraic, and Moldovan. None of those qualify for it. So this would be a check that's a little more difficult.
Okay.
This would be
Society?
society, or if you have like a lore for business or code or anything like that, I would allow all that kind of stuff too.
I have guild lore.
Yeah. Actually, guild lore is a pretty good subset for this.
Okay. Then I will roll guild lore. I got a natural 20 for that. The dice give and the dice take away. So 28.
What it looks like is the line is the name of peoples. The names of the list of people. The cross through you're guessing because of how many are crossed through are those that have been cleansed.
Okay.
The circles seem to be some form of important person, and everything that has a check mark has a circle next to it or is not got a line through it. All of your names are the names that you have, but in a weird language, but you can, like, you're guessing because you're last on the list, right? No one else has showed up. But only your name has a line through it. Everybody else is circled, except for the siblings have check marks next to them. And then in Dwarven, because it's a different language, and if you show Georgia, it is their sister's name.
Right. So I basically am like, well, I mean, we have this book, and my name's been crossed off. I'm assuming because I've been cleansed. I'm assuming everyone else's names have been because they're cleansed. One of the devoted was one of the 5. So when I'm looking through the book, like, do I see, like, how many circled and or check marks do I see?
A lot.
Okay, because I was
like,
trying to figure out if I could
circles,
find out, like...
So I take that back. Circle, right. Circles, there are probably a couple hundred.
Okay.
Check marks, there are 13.
Okay. And there
the
are
latest
check
2
marks.
are these 2.
Okay. So then I say, listen.
It's not a blue check mark, sir.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay the $20.
They did not get the X blue check mark.
What about 8?
8? So I flip the book to Georgia, and I'm like, with all the talk about keepers that we've been doing lately because of Golthok and the Morgashir, Power of 13, there's 13 check marks in this book, and you and Regder are the lucky last 2.
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
So we can either use this book and we can, like, either try and bully our way up there, saying, like, the devoted took Regder because he's one of the 13, and you need to go up to the front to go talk to your sister because you're the other one of the 13. Or we do Wilcuff's plan where we go in and we blow it up. But if Regder disappeared with the devoted and is in that temple somewhere, then we're blowing up your brother.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Wait. Wilcuff goes, wait. Do you think that the devoted took them? I thought it was your brother who did it.
Well, I'm not. I mean, Redger may have done it, but because of, like, the magics here and, like, that ritual should have taken a lot longer than it took to cast. Maybe there's a, and then I lower my voice, even though everyone's kind of staring at us and
you're 500 foot from. They're just watching you at this point.
Yeah, but then I, like, say, like, if that ritual, like, I know, like, I was helping, and so that helped cut down the time, but what if there's, like, a ley line here or something? Then, and what if Redger, or whatever is possessing him or whatever, used magic to take out the devoted, and then they both disappeared because the ley line got messed up? I mean, Burke, you say you've had some experience with it. Maybe they got pulled into the temple. I don't know.
All right, so we don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to break a little honesty bread with you. Duragar, we don't deal in runes anymore. A lot of the runes and powerful things that we had broke when the Sundering happened and our ancestral homes were flooded with the tides. But we did learn how to tap into some primal energies using ley lines to keep ourselves safe over the years. When I said I brought my clothes to me using ley lines, I wasn't lying. But I took them from another body I saw when we were traveling. So basically, it touched one person, took their possessions, and gave them to me. It takes a long time. It's a ritual. Anywhere between 10 minutes to an hour, depending on what it is. I can't quick cast. They're more of a survival thing that we can do. I can't tap them like I used to anymore. I don't have the stuff. He says it doesn't work anymore. So he's doing this. There's like cords hanging down to him that kind of fade off into the darkness or into the sky and like fade out. He's like, I don't think I can do it anymore, but I can identify them if I see it casted. I don't know if that was leyline magics, but I will say the thing that happened requires an immense source of power.
I mean,
and that is not that gunslinger's job. Like, he shoots birds for a living, he says.
Right. I mean, so that's my thought, is we either go up there and bully our way saying you're one of the 13, or we try and blow it up.
I got a question. I'm a...
Full cuff? Go for it.
I'm
Maria's
still kind of a
0%
dwarf.
upset. Maria's like 0% upset that he's like, yeah, I took stuff from a dead person.
No,
Like, you
it's
gotta
not
do
that.
that.
It's not that. I am kind of a
No.
dwarf. Is there a way to dress me like your brothers so I can fake it? I am really good at that stuff.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't have any
Except
magic
doing
to
it.
do it. Like, I need clothes. Something that resembles the rifle he had. At least, like, somewhat. I don't think it has to be perfect. I don't think this line knows what he looks like at 500 foot. But we can send the lift back up with something on it that looks like one person's going back. Right? But I can make myself invisible and jump from the ship.
I like this plan.
I mean, so I normally keep like some spare clothes with me in my pack. Do you
Yeah, you're
think?
right. No offense, but you are human.
I mean, thank you. Actually, like I like totally ignore the half. I actually ignore the pointed ears.
What? Does he have clothes up on the boat? Did he
Yeah,
bring
well, no,
extra
that's-
stuff?
That's what I was trying to get at, Will Cuff. Like I carry my extra stuff
I'm with you.
with me.
I'm
But
with you.
Do you guys have anything on the ship or in the crates? Any extra stuff for Redger in case he needed to go hunting or got his clothes all bloodied up or whatever?
He usually has a spare set of clothes.
Does
Okay.
he keep that on him or does he keep it in storage? With the
It's
rest
got to
of
be
our stuff?
upstairs. Everyone brought extra stuff with them. This was weeks of trips. I doubt he was carrying it all. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go up. They'll
Yeah.
think that I'm leaving. I will put the clothes on. I will. I think I can fall from that far. Yeah. We're testing some stuff I haven't done yet. Okay.
I think I got you.
What if you... That makes me feel a little better. What if you all start heading up and I meet you there with invisibility? Or do you want me to come back down here as him? How do you want to duplicate this? Because right now he's missing and they may or may not know why. That's 500 foot from here. I don't think they know.
No.
Maybe we take the boxes off, crowd around the boxes, wait a little bit. And then I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
That sounds good to me. Can you,
Okay. He climbs on it and he pulls this little rope that goes to the cable and you hear a bling in the distance. And slowly the lift starts going back up to the airship. For those 5 minutes, it's a really long 5 minutes.
yeah.
And slowly, one by one, you see the line that kind of curves over a hill and back down towards the front of the temple. People slowly start turning and looking back at you. Not in unison, not creepily, but about a half of the line or a quarter of the line is starting to go, oh, there's still people here. And you see the tail end of the line, because remember the rule is the last person in line is in charge of greeting. And one person starts coming down.
So, like, as this is happening, because we do have the 5 minutes and we have to wait, I had a thought. What I was thinking is that we could try and make it, like, maybe look like we are waiting. I don't know how we'd be able to do this, but like try and make it look like we're waiting on Redger because he is one of the 13 and like he needed to go up with our puppet boy Lil Cuff to get something, and that's why we're sitting here waiting. And I guess I'm gonna look like kind of intimidating at my group, like what the fuck, we need to go.
Yeah, like faking it like you're the end of the line still.
Like faking it that I'm at the end of the line and I'm like, either you're with me or you're against me, but I need to be here to greet other people.
Are you saying it pretty loud so this guy can hear approaching?
I'm not saying I'm saying it, but not like I'm trying to
screaming
say
it.
I'm not screaming it. I'm trying to say it like my voice is like getting loud, like I'm getting more agitated, like
sure,
as he's coming towards us. I'm
so
not
I'd say when he gets
deception.
to like 100 foot in Moldavian, he's like, "Is everything okay? Are these people joining the line?" As he's making his way down. This is an old man. Like he's easily past his 60s, hitting 70s soon, and he's kind of making his way through the sludge and mud. But I'll tell you what, this guy moves really well for being older. Like he moves like he's 30 years younger than he is.
He's been cleansed.
And he makes his way down. You don't see the weird joint movements, nothing like that you would see someone who lives in fucking cold mountains with arthritis kicking in. None of that.
Right.
And he makes his way down. He's like, "Is everything going okay, greeter? Do you need assistance? Is this, do you have questions about your new station?" They're very kind.
Yes, actually. So the devoted, I'm not very good at lying, but this is what
We're gonna find out.
This is what Maria's gonna try and say. The devoted left his book here, and it looks like 2 of the people here may have been marked for a special purpose with the unclean one, and I've been arguing with them to try and get them to at least consider being touched by the great one, and one of them.
Did they give you the book?
And I lift it up.
Where did the devoted go? If this is the when you hold it up, he's like, no. I have not been cleansed in a way that me touching that book is allowed.
He vanished on important business.
Vanished, like.
I'm not.
He looks around.
Well, and I tell him, because this part's 100% honest. I'm like, I'm not very good with magics. I helped him cast the ritual for the cleansing, and then he vanished.
No. Continue.
That's it. Like, I'm like, we did the ritual, we cleansed everybody. Something happened during the ritual. I'm not sure what, which is also technically true.
Yeah, this is all sort of true.
And then I say, and then the devoted, he vanished and left the book behind.
Did he teach you to read the questions of our cleanser?
No, I mean, he vanished right away. Like, there's no way he could have taught me that in the time that he greeted me, and the time that he cleansed me, and then the time that I helped cleanse.
I understand that.
Everyone else.
Then you must be one of those marked. If you can read the book or understand any of it, and you know these 2 people are important, you must be one of the marked. Your name is not marked in the book, by the way.
Well, but I was able to fake it with Guild Lore.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He goes, if that is true, then if these people are important, the rule is they are brought to the front to speak to one of the chosen of our cleanser.
Right, and I didn't know, but I mean, that's what I assumed.
No,
I saw that they're marked.
You just showed. No one would expect you to know that. Now, I need 2 things. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is on this new character sheet.
Okay.
My perception. Oh my god. It's an 18.
He seems like he believes a lot of what you said, but there are some stuff that he's still a little not on the good record with you. He's kind of But I will offer,
that's fair.
if you would like, he is neutral right now. If you would like, you could use a shift attitude card for this scene.
Yes, because I'm trying to buy enough time for Wilcuff to get down here, and hopefully he can help sell it that I need to take these two VIDs to the front of the line.
Well, in the honor of Drew not being here, we're going to use a Strength 24 card. For Shift Attitude, he looks at the book, looks at you. He leans in to like kind of whisper to you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I know that your people who are here are companions of yours. But if one of them is checked, or two that are here are checked, they need to be brought to the front of the line because they carry an ailment beyond our ability to cleanse. And they could corrupt the entire congregation.
Okay, good. Then that's...
So, please gather them. I'll head to the back of the line and tell everybody everything's okay. The message will get passed to the front. Please walk at least 50 foot from the line, maybe further, to make sure that the ailments cannot be passed. Since you and I have been recently cleansed, we should be okay.
Okay.
But don't make physical contact with the two that are checked.
Of course. And then I pat my whip.
If it comes to that, the rest of us will be with you. Now,
All right, thank you.
he turns and walks away. He immediately like wipes his hands on his cloak. He wipes his face, and he makes sure that like anything that could have like got on him, and he walks away. And you do see, he tells someone the line, all the heads turn back, and the message gets passed up this fucking line to the door. The lift comes back down. Wilcuff comes down wearing some of Regder's clothes, but he's wearing gloves, and he's got the guy's electric rifle from upstairs.
Either he did some quick talking or it just got borrowed.
So he comes down, and he goes, okay, I got the clothes. I got something that looks kind of like the rifle.
Do you know how to use that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You point it and you pull this thing. It's not like I gotta load it.
out.
I know how to make explosives. I think I can handle an electric firing gun.
Okay.
At least I should be able to. So, with that said, what is my last name, he says?
Beric, thank you for paying so much attention.
He's been through a lot.
Excuse
Georgia.
me? I don't have all my memories anymore, and I'm pretty sure when you introduced yourself to me, it was about the Circle of Pine. We fought. We're just kind of starting to get along because I'm made of wood now. I know why. So, let's just... I'm helping, okay?
Eric? I was about to say, actually, could I try to, like, without being, like, too conspicuous about it, like, look over at him and, like, maybe smell a little bit to see if I can identify what kind of wood he is?
That is a very creepy... Like, you ever watch those movies where the one person just goes... You smell like pine. I mean, that's going to be a little awkward.
Yeah.
I would like a stealth.
Okay.
I feel that is appropriate. It's not as good as rolling
that's
for
fine.
purchasing a gun in Cyberpunk, but it's up there. Diana's never going to let me live that down.
It's a 19.
He does not notice. Yes, he smells like pine.
Oh, thank God.
He does smell like pine. With that, is the group going to pack up and make their way towards?
Yeah, so I basically say, like I'm talking to them, and as I talk to them, I like they're super far away, but still Maria knows she's not the best liar, so she's trying to like do it so that it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to like take my my cloth and stuff and like put it around my nose, make a show of like wiping my hands.
Yeah.
And then like say like, okay, so you know, from what I'm thinking, these marks mean that you may have been touched or corrupted or something by Golthak. I don't know. But according to that gentleman over there, he says that these marks mean that you have been corrupted and need to be taken up to the front to be dealt with by one of the chosen.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Only
sorry,
them,
what?
right? Is it because of the name, or is it because they both are tied to a divine, or like what if a cleric showed up? Would it from the true faith? Would it be the same thing if our leader who uses occult and divine magics would have done it to her? Maybe it's just if you're a divine caster, like a mancer that uses divine magics, maybe that's the mark.
And maybe it is. I don't know. Like I put it together with guild lore as a
No. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're
Regner's
just-
dumb.
you're
I
just-
wouldn't think out loud like that.
So
What? Am I wrong? Is he actually super smart?
like
Oh,
behind
okay.
Georgia, I'm like,
Not everybody jump to defend him now. Come on. Oh, speaking of which,
speak of the
timing.
devil.
Drew is in a different country.
Double Redgers?
Double Redgers all the way.
Hey.
Drew, you look different, sir.
Yeah, I'm on a surface in
Ooh.
my mother-in-law's knitting room. Because
Ooh. Very
Frontiers-
apropos.
Frontier's internet is out
Well,
right now.
let me do some magical audio magic on my end for you. Echo cancellation gone. Noise gate on. Try talking again for me.
Ooh.
check 1, 2, check.
And little quiet. Try one more time.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. I'll crank you up a little bit.
Echo.
School of
Chachi,
Audio
Minor.
Wizardry.
Yep. Audio wizardry is right, sir. I changed your plugin at the end. Since it's a Mac, we should be good. I want the noise gate on for you, though, I think. And echo on. And let's turn that off. There we go. So whatever background noise is should get cut out for you pretty well, Drew. I'm not too worried about it. Let's see how this goes. Drew, you're disappeared for now.
That tracks.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're very
His
welcome.
fight against the tech gremlin assault has forced him to go into his secondary bunker,
His safe
but
room.
he is thriving and he's communicating with his troops.
He's in his safe room, making sure everything is
He
good.
is in a sewing
It's,
safe room.
it's all the tech gremlins from the Christmas special.
Yeah.
It's
And
got to
of
be.
course, you can't wipe them out completely because they just come back with the letters in their name jumbled.
Right.
Yep, exactly. So I put the Elgato noise removal on, Drew, so that should help with any of the audio background for you. With that said, I will bring you in shortly. When they get to the front door, this will be pretty easy to do.
Whew.
Everything else looks pretty good, bud. I wouldn't worry too much. Did you find your character? Are you all good?
Yeah, I'm on Alchemy on my iPad, so we'll see how that goes.
It may work. It may not. I can't promise. But if you have to look at the stream on your phone, you can. Because I don't have any of the monsters on the map, so you will be pretty safe to do it that way if you have to.
I can't even see the map right now, so.
I don't have a map up. It's just the background.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the map up. We're getting there. So we will be right back with you while you are fixing your stuff. So as you were prepping, he's like, okay, so act semi-average intelligence. Act as if I know about nature, which I do, actually. I mean, I know about nature. And he looks to Georgia instead of saying his previous vocation. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna be staying away from you because he is very concerned about infecting the rest of everybody else, which is why I
How
made
would
that
we-
show of wiping my hands and covering my mouth. We need to stay at least 50 to 100 feet behind the rest of the line, or like away from them as we move up the line to have you be seen or greeted. Which actually works out pretty well because that gives us a little bit more flex space. To not get caught
Okay, I can do that.
by everyone being suspicious. And then we get up there and we see what's going on. I give the book to Georgia and Burke, and I say, and even Wilcoff, I'm like, maybe one of you can read it, maybe I should like hold it, since apparently he thinks I'm like the replacement person for right now. But
I don't mind getting my infected, grubby hands all over this book of theirs.
well, maybe let's do that when we get into the front
None of that sounded
area.
good. None of that sounded good.
I'm going to, and then in full transparency, this is something that maybe I was going to be raised for, and luckily, this skullduggery was supposed to be something I was going to be raised for.
I mean,
This
I don't
is
know.
not
I
what
do
I was
know what
raised
your
for.
background is, so probably at some point, maybe, sort of.
Right, but I mean, Maria's is like, I'm operating on instinct, I guess. So if anyone has any actual thoughts or knowledge or direction,
Wilcuff's like, well,
feel free to take lead. But this is the plan I got.
I'm ready to go. Can I cancel the invisibility now?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Probably should.
So he walks out from behind like all the boxes. Like he goes behind. You hear footsteps. He cancels the invisibility, and he stands up from behind the boxes like he was sitting behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, all right, let's make my Regder voice here. Not the greatest. He sounds like Wilcuff still. So, yeah, we are gonna go into the building now, right? I rolled a 2.
Oh, God.
Well, that's and that's
I
like
don't
as
think
this
any
is,
of these people here have heard you.
well,
Have
this
heard
is,
regularly.
but this is why, like, as that happens, I turn to the rest of the group. I'm like, this is why being unclean and being 50 to 100 feet away from everybody is 100.
Okay.
It's the best possible outcome so far.
I'll get better at it. Don't worry. Actually, I just won't talk much. I'll let who's the most charismatic person out of all of us? If I was Regder, who's the most charismatic?
Me, and I just intimidate people.
You are not charismatic. No offense, but
Yep. Yep.
I mean, technically, I'm charisma 16.
okay.
Or
Wilcuff
3.
goes. All right. Well, I as Wilcuff am actually very charismatic. So they don't know Regder. So if I'm faking being Regder, we'll just say he's charismatic.
Well, then there you go. That's why I said if anyone is better at this than me, to take point. But for right now, this
Well,
is
your
the
point.
best plan I got.
Your point, because you're cleansed.
Right.
Okay. Excellent. Nothing could go.
Georgia sighs in -1 charisma.
Yeah. So as you make it up and it follows you top down as you guys are walking this, I'm going to assume you're keeping that like a close to 100-foot gap between. People watch and they kind of nod as you walk by, but no one says anything. As you head towards the front of the building. At the front, I will switch us to the map. Outside, the door is here on the map. And inside, you can see a torch. Or sorry, I take that back. The doors are here and broken. Inside, there's a small bonfire set up, and there are 2 people sitting there. One of them looks like kind of dressed like the guy who came and did the cleansing. And then the other one looks like someone who doesn't belong here. They're dressed in blacks and reds. They have a heavy fur pelt cloak. She is carrying what looks to be a crossbow with like multiple crossbow stacked, like 3 of them. That's sitting next to her, and it's oversized. And speaking of oversized, she's even larger than normal. This woman, you're guessing if she's standing, has got to be near the 7-foot cap. But she is a bulky, large human being. When you both walk up, she stands and grabs a crossbow and kind of lifts herself up, and you can see that she is kind of wounded. Her right leg is wrapped in bandages. There's blood all over them. Her pants are cut off at the thigh. The other gentleman stands up and puts his hand next to her, but doesn't touch her, and says, "Welcome to the Temple of Golthok. Are you here to be cleansed? The line has told me that there are 2 of you who have been chosen by our keeper."
I mean, wasn't that the whole, point of the cleansing ceremony? We already underwent that.
No, unfortunately, that ceremony is to show that you are either able to be cleansed or must seek further guidance.
You can see that like Georgia looks pained for like having to be polite to these people right now. So she's just going to
You and everybody
keep
else.
her trap shut. Yeah.
So fake Regder steps up. And he goes, yes, we're supposed to be seeing them. Apparently, my sister and I are on your list. And he's trying to remember if he said he was allowed to mention the book, and doesn't remember, and says, the new cleansed that is the greeter has the book with our names in it. Because I rolled a 6 on the die.
I just don't want them to touch the book.
I know, that's just what he says,
Right,
because he doesn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
if he's supposed to mention it or not.
Right.
So,
And then I'm standing like far away from them, like with them, but like separate from them, like a good 10 to 15 feet. And I hold the book up and I nod.
I see. Well, if you are here to do that, if you could be quiet on your journey into the temple. The first room has some of our devoted sleeping.
Wouldn't want to wake them from their...
If you pass the
Never
statue, there will be a gentleman there who will give you the mark of the cleansed and take you down to see our keeper. Are you ready to go? And is everyone going, ma'am? And he looks to Maria.
I will be escorting them.
I see.
This man, and I turn to Burke. And I look at Burke. And like with my eyes, I'm like, please go along with this. I say this man is considering abandoning his faith, the true faith. And I figured perhaps him seeing the power of the cleanse might help convert him.
Golthok has had the ability to convert many of the true faith.
Because we did see a whole bunch of the undead ones.
They find that the wounds and injuries that their theocracy does not heal, Golthok repairs.
And then, obviously, I would be escorting the two that need to be seen.
Well, then, if you make your way to the broken statue, we will have someone take you to them.
Excellent.
So, if you're going to get in line and go, when you walk by the big woman, she kind of eyes everybody. Does anyone here speak giant?
I do not. I'm not that
Drew, you
smart.
just
I mean,
adjusted
I'm
this. I got to change you again. Damn it. There you go. Perfect. That's perfect. I was like, no. No one speaks giant in the group. She mumbles something. Fake Regder leans into Georgia and says, this woman knows who you are.
No. Yeah.
Not like that. Apparently your
What do you mean?
She mentioned your sister's name, whatever her last name is, Hedgecock.
Ugh, yes.
Yeah, apparently she's
Unfortunately.
not to let me and you, well, you and real me leave.
Okay. Great.
Just keep walking. We know there's another exit out of this place. I'm sure these buffoons don't.
It's fair.
Or we blow the
I
hole
will.
out. And he taps his chest.
I
I'm
mean,
somehow not opposed to that.
All right, well, I'm going to put Maria where we need to be, and I need the rest of you to line up off of Maria behind her, heading east. With that, oh, Drew, oh, buddy, oh, pal. So, you disappeared after poking the eyes and through the skull of the guy who cleansed everybody, murdering him, and you vanished into a dark space, took the rest of the people with you, and they were pulled into the darkness by large, weirdly clawed human hands with long black fingernails. in
Wait,
this black space, and only you
Hang
are
on.
there.
Everybody as in who?
All the people who are doing the ritual, besides Maria. Because the saving throw that everybody made was versus your class DC.
Got it. Okay.
With that said, in the room, or in this black space, think Stranger Things when she's walking like the black liquid. You hear screams in the distance, and then you can see small areas of vision, and you can see your friends walking, almost like they're walking by windows in the space that you're in.
Okay.
But like outside of wherever you are. Regner has no idea how to use magic. But he's wise. He knows how to track and do things. And they go by one window, and then there's like a, 10-second gap, and they show up in like another area in the darkness. And it's maybe like 25, 30 foot from you. It's not far. Like feels like you could walk up to them and look through them. But everything else is pitch black in here, and just the screams of people being absolutely eviscerated.
Okay. I'll pick the next spot they're gonna come to, and try and get there. And if it is some type of window, I'm gonna see if I can find a way through it.
So when you get to it, when you walk up, it is definitely further than you thought. And when you get up to it, the area you're looking through, like while it's about this big, the vision of whatever it is, your scope of view moves, and you see Maria's face maybe 3 foot from you. You hear a voice on delay that says, "If you are here for the cleansed, show me your hand. Everybody, I will give you the marking of the keeper to go through." And you can hear the voice. It feels like you should be able to speak through it, but you feel stifled. I know, you're like, do I have fettering lore? I know the first thing he's looking for.
No, that's not what I'm looking at.
Now, that's the other space.
So this is because you said window, and that's the feeling that I'm getting.
You definitely feels like a window.
I made a craft roll of 21, and I'm going to take, because I feel like they're connected somehow because of what happened. I'm going to take the fingernail and scrape an X and try and push through.
Can you give me it would be like a spell attack roll. Be using wisdom. Now, you're not trained in spells. So basically, what's your class DC, Drew?
19.
Okay. Let me do it this
way.
But
Dex is my proficiency, so if I do,
it wouldn't be Dex.
It'd be an 18 instead of.
It wouldn't be Dex. I'll use your class DC.
So my wisdom is a +2, so that would make it a 18 instead of a 19.
Okay. I'm gonna bring you into the full party. Maria, the guy in front of you starts rubbing his eye.
Okay.
Slowly.
Okay.
And he brings his eye down. You see like blood showing up around the bottom edge.
Okay.
Your passive perception, you said, is an 18?
Yes.
You notice the eye is a different color now. And he like rubs it again. He's like, pardon me, just put your hand down and I will make sure you're blessed. And he reaches down into a bag and he sets the bag down on the area next to. Everyone needs to be behind Maria, not in front. The guy you're talking
I'm
to.
on the map showing for me is a indoor cavern place with torches. I don't know.
Yeah, you're here.
Yes.
We're on it.
Yeah.
This is the broken statue.
Yeah.
No.
Well, for us, it's not a broken statue though.
Oh, hold on. How about now?
There's a gargoyle statue right here.
No, that's not it. That's the other map.
Yeah.
How about now?
I gotta refresh and see.
Let me switch between them. There we go. How about now? It's a totally different map.
Okay, I'm on that map.
Yeah, much better.
Yes.
Okay. And thank you
Makes
for
more
letting me know.
sense now.
So anyway, broken statue here, head of the statue
Yes.
back here. The guy is standing in front of you, and he's like scratching at his eye, and it changes color, and he does again. The blood starts to pour down. He's like, "I'm sorry, I must have scratched myself somehow. I don't know how I did it." And he reaches in the bag and he pulls out dirt out of the bag.
Hiding ghost peppers.
And he says, "Put your hand down on the statue to your left." And he holds his hand above, like he's going to sprinkle dirt on your hand.
I mean, I kept the dirty mark on my hand, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yep,
and
yeah,
do
you
it.
can go through. You can go through.
Oh, okay.
Next up, please. I see you are one of the chosen. Welcome to our humble but rebuilding temple. You see him scratch again, and his eye is bloodshot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Yes,
cleanse you.
thank-
This guy's talking about cleaning people, and he looks like he's got pink eye.
Right.
Making a save. When it happens, the guy's eye falls and droops down his face.
I don't know.
On the
if-
back side of it, there is an
Okay.
image of your brother inside the socket. And the guy's like,
Little
"Oh, I'm so
regular
sorry." And he
G.I.
like,
Joe Fallout.
holds his eye in place, and he kind of blinks, and it's back in place, but it's all just bloody.
Is this a normal occurrence for you?
Do you? It's not a normal occurrence. And he closes his eye this time.
Okay, so it looks like maybe you need some cleansing of your own. What you got
No,
there in
I
that
will-
bag of
I will,
blessings?
I will seek one of the devoted to heal me. Please put your hand down. And he holds his
No, it's
Can I see anything now since he closed his
You
eye?
see your sister now. There's only half the view now.
I am sorry.
Georgia.
Can I hear that?
The guy's mouth moves, but there's no sound.
Okay. Can I roll an occult to see if I know what the fuck?
Yes, a cult
Or
would 100
religion,
No, a cult
or-
would fall under this 100%.
Okay, well,
I'm just
I'm gonna
waiting.
roll for.
I'm just waiting, but I've got my hand on my whip just in case.
Mm-hmm.
That
I'll
is a
just put
24 for a what the fuck check.
The guy's mouths Georgia in Dwarven. Because I'm assuming Regdur would be speaking in Dwarven to his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, right? Okay.
Okay.
Where the fuck am I? I can see you, but I can barely hear you.
He's mouthing, but there's no sound. Everything he just
Okay,
said is just like reading lips. Never thought that would be the situation here today, but cool.
I'm just gonna look at this guy and go, well, hello there, little eyeball. Sure is a
Takes his
shame that
backpack
you
off.
fell out of the socket there,
He pushed
but
it back in.
you
It's
know,
it's back in his socket.
yeah, you're back in now, eyeball of priest man, and
Ma'am,
I think,
ma'am,
yeah.
I need you to please stop speaking. I told you people are sleeping in here. Now, I will tell you,
In where?
Regdur, on the inside, there are 5 windows you can see through from different vantage points in the area. Like, you can see the side of Georgia, you can see the back of a statue and just her head, you can see the back of Burke, you can see the back of Maria. There are numerous windows in this black void. And I will do this to indicate the sleeping people. Because I did say there were sleeping people here. And I'll zoom out for the audience.
So which one is Georgia talking to? The one
The one right in front.
between her and Maria?
Yeah, the one right in front.
I'm going to... So is the one on the other side of Maria the one that I can see the back of Maria's head through?
Yeah, you can see the back of her. He's laying down. They're sleeping. They're literally sleeping. They're resting, I should say.
Okay. Eric.
So, before you do anything absolutely wild,
Okay.
Georgia, do you put your hand out so he can drop the dirt on it and continue his job?
I'm very hesitant about that. I think that
Will Cup leans in. He's like, "Will you just do what he's fucking asking so we can get in there?" Because he has no idea what's going on.
It's more natural.
Come on, Georgia. You should just get this. Let's go. Oh, natural 20. Georgia, if we don't do this, everything in the world is going to go to shit. We're both ill, and this is where we came to get cleaned. Come on, put your hand out. It's just dirt. You're a fucking druid. Dirt is in your nature. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna.
You get the whiff of fresh pine and flesh, dried leather. What are you doing?
So-
Back of the hand, please.
Mhm.
He just puts dirt and then he reaches over it with his bloodied hand and he like rubs it in. Next, please. You walk through, Georgia?
Yep.
All right. Oh, I forgot to bring Wheelcuff over. Whoops. Wheelcuff goes, "Do you want me to go or you go?"
I mean, you're the chosen one. Go ahead.
When he gets to here, through the eyes of the man again, Drew, you see another dwarf with what looks like some like makeup on, wearing your clothes. You're pretty sure it's Wheelcuff.
Yeah, passive perception's a 20.
Totally fine. I got a 16 on disguise.
Okay. Be like,
All right. He puts his hand out
what the heck?
and he
Alright.
drops dirt and he rubs it in on him. And you all see the skin move weird because it's just like a glove wrapped in stitch. So it moves way more than it should. He goes, "Thank you. Thank you. You rubbed too hard." He's like, "Your skin is very loose." He's like, "I'm very old." And like gets a little cocky and he's like, "Excuse me," and walks through. And then
So
right
is
there
that
you see
fine?
Burke walk up.
Eric, I'm gonna make a nature check. Is what's happening to me right now
Wouldn't be nature.
Fae?
No nature.
It
No.
wouldn't be Fae?
No, you made
Or
your
it
roll
wouldn't
for a
be-
cult. Something is definitely off. You did interact with the body when you poked the eye out and you lost vision in that one. Maybe
Okay,
a different
sorry.
body.
Go ahead,
I can
Kelly.
tell
I
you
didn't
that.
interrupt you.
Think of it this way: I made my save. Therefore, you can no longer affect this body.
Got it. Sorry,
you-
Kelly, go ahead. I
no.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I was flipping through and I was looking and casting spells like causes like some sort of signature visual thing. So never mind, I'll wait till later.
Okay. Someone played Keeper's Eye. The sweet irony. Sir, and he looks to you, and his eyes closed, and there's blood dripping down, and he's got the dirt above your hand, Burke.
All right.
Pours it, and he
Oh.
rubs it in with a little bit of blood on the top of your hand. He's like, "Excellent." He turns around, he leans down. "Excuse me, ma'am," to talk to the guy behind you, Maria.
Okay.
Do you move?
So this guy wants me.
He
to
wants
move
to
out
talk
of the
to
way?
this guy who's laying down behind you. Yep.
Yeah. So I can move this way, I guess.
And
that's
you
the
can
way
kind
you
of
wanted
lean
me to
against it.
move?
Yeah, he doesn't matter. He leans in. He's like, And then in another language I know nobody knows because no one can read the book. The guy stands up and he's like, "Absolutely, I would be happy to guide you." And he goes back to the stage. He's like, "Follow me," and he starts walking this way. And you see one of the visions you have move, Regtor.
Was that the one that was looking at the back of Maria?
Yep.
Because that's the one I was at.
Yep. And it starts. I mean, you could kind of see all of them by walking around in this same amount of space as the room. You basically move between them with movement. And it starts walking down a dark hall. He does not light a torch.
Perfect.
You scratching his eyes too. Okay, we'll save.
Well, I walk behind him and then like to kind of be a buffer. So.
Oh, and he like hits the wall a little bit, and he's like, "Apologize," and he keeps moving.
Damn it.
Made my save. With that, I'm going to switch us to the other map. We come down over here. Yep, you got it. He would be in the front. I'll redo the line kind of like this. And I will move these off map for now.
Eric, if they're leaving my line of sight and I can't get through,
You
and I
can see
them
in
leaving
front
another
right
one.
now, but your interaction did not work. And you don't see any
Right.
more people in the vicinity. Now it's just one window.
As they're leaving and I see them like walking out of someone else's vision, I'm just gonna run and jump and try and
another
go
one?
through that window.
What's your DC for your class save?
18.
You jump into it, a guy slaps his face when you jump into it, and nothing happens.
Damn it.
You're going to run to the next one? There's only 2 left.
Yeah.
Jump to the next one. Guy holds his face, pulls his hands away, and you see his hands are covered in blood. You definitely have control of this one. I rolled a 4. Are you going to chase after? Past the guy? Because I changed the map. So you would be running past the guy through the checkpoint with a guy who was on the outside. Like, basically, there's that broken statue that was in the middle of the room. You'd have to go
Right.
through the checkpoint. But you do have control of it.
I'm gonna walk up and just kind of do this.
I know.
And
I feel the same. Look, and his eyes like drooping out of his face when you look through. He's like, what is going on? We have been cleansed.
Apparently not. As he tries real hard to not speak in his brogue accent.
I know we have been cleansed. The Keeper have touched us. We are cleansed. There must be something that these delinquent and filthy people have brought here. I don't understand why these 2 people are considered important.
So the old man at the very back, he knew what was up, but this guy does not, and he's checking people in. This is Kelly out of character. Never mind.
That's what he's saying.
He says, I'm gonna follow them.
You can't see. Your eyes are gone.
There's no light anyway. And he starts
You
feeling around, like
know-
moving past them, and starts touching the wall.
So I
and,
will
like,
tell you, you can definitely see and feel about 15 foot out, but it is like echoes. Like you can feel the vibrations as you step, but you can't see anything.
Okay.
You got about a 5 to 10 foot area.
Okay.
Are you chasing after? If you go
I'm not
down
chasing.
there, if you go down there, you know the rules. If you see a keeper, you are to kiss its hands. Last time this happened, no one came back. You know the rule. We were cleansed up here. Do not go down there. As you're running down the hall or moving down the hall, you will die.
That's important information that I'm glad I have.
Well, I wouldn't have
As I
told it to the
continue-
normal group.
As I continue moving down.
So you're a little
the
ways
stairwell.
behind. I'm going to move us to a larger
Yeah.
map here. The rest of the group, the gentleman walks up to a wall. He takes some of the blood from him, and he wipes the wall to kind of like wipe something away. He reaches into a corner of one of the blocks and pushes it, and the door slides open into the next room. There's another statue here, and I'm assuming we're keeping our marching. Oops, shit, sorry. I was moving you. I apologize. I was just moving you forward because a lot of times people leave their characters. I was just moving.
Right.
There's another statue in this room. The face has been like chiseled away. There are vines of like moss and slime that are kind of draped over it, almost like a shirt or a cloak.
Okay.
He goes over to the wall and grabs a torch from next to the holder and lights the torch so he has light. They obviously do this so it's hard to get through the secret door. If you have low light or dark vision, I should just say dark vision. If you have dark vision, you can see how he opened the secret door. If you do not, you have no idea. You'd have to make a roll to figure it out. They basically use this darkness to cloak how they get down here.
Okay.
Moving in, this is the statue. It's over here. He peers down the far hall with the torch that's there. He peers this way, and he says, I will need to take you one at a time. If you would wait down by the bonfire that we've made at the end of the hall. And he points to the east. And he points to Georgia and says, if you would follow me.
Well, I guess if I'm going, my brother's going too.
No, this is one at a time. Unfortunately, if anyone is here for the ritual to cleanse you of your sins and cleanse you of your ailments, it has to be one at a time. We cannot have multiple in there. I cannot even bear witness to the miracle.
I don't, you know what? I'm not really one for miracles.
His face is like got blood like fucking dripping down it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna kind of like, I wanna actually like kind of cough on him a little bit.
He
So
backs
that-
when you
reaction.
cough, he backs away.
So when he's saying like not even like he has to take us one at a time because no one can see the ritual or whatever, I'm gonna roll sense motive
Sure.
because I mean it's a language that he.
Ooh, I got a
he's speaking with us.
cryptozoologist card.
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm using a patch for that,
All right, one patch. You flip here.
and I may be pulling out the timeout chair.
The timeout chair.
No, that's better. I got 24. That's a lot better.
He's definitely not lying about this. He's not allowed to watch it, and no one's allowed to witness it. He is doing what he is told to do.
going on in a timeout chair. I turn to
in a guild or an organization. Since you're not, you understand how that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you split up your information to make sure nobody holds it all.
Nobody knows all of it, right? So I say to Georgia, I say, this is part of the.
This is the process.
This is part of the process, Georgia.
As you can see, your friend who has recently joined us understands this. They have been taught.
I'm gonna kind of like lock eyes with Maria for a second to like.
And then like I kind of like, I mean I'm all bundled up and stuff, so you really can't see. But like I kind of, like I tap my whip, and then I kind of shrug a little bit, like I guess like because Maria's not really a covert ops person, so she's trying her best. She's trying her best.
Hell no, she isn't.
But
We know that person. She's not here. Leave a message after the beep.
yeah, she's not here. So Maria's like, I mean, I understand your suspicion, but he's telling. This is what I say. Like
He puts
you're
on a
like,
glove.
How do you know?
He puts on a glove and he reaches down to hold his hand out so it's gloved. He's like, please follow me. Like
And then-
trying to show comfort.
Right. Well, then I say, Maria, not Maria, Georgia, he is telling the truth about this.
Of course I am. This is
And
what we
just
have been taught.
this, like, my tone of voice is just like, I don't think he's lying kind of deal. Like, it's very much like a very solid, he's telling the truth about this.
I'm going to.
He believes this to be true, as I've been taught.
You just see Georgia just kind of collect herself a little bit and try to have a somewhat neutral face. And
Fake Regtor will
will
walk up as this guy is motioning to you. Fake Regtor will walk up next to you and go, could I just go first instead? I would hate to have my sister go through this without me at least doing my due diligence of protecting her.
It's fine. It's really fine.
No, I feel like this is what I should do.
And I actually, yeah, I say, you know what, Georgia, let Regtor go first.
Exactly.
He doesn't. I feel he doesn't have as much theological conflict.
And he does this motion. He says, plus, my heart is with you. And like, puts his hand on his shoulder and taps his chest where the TNT is stored.
So like between Redger and not Redger, fake Redger and Maria, we're like trying to tell you like A, this guy believes what he's saying. B, let him go first in case you need to blow shit up and or kill this guy.
I am
Hopefully
going
we're being
to.
able to put that together between the two of us.
I'm going to clasp his other hand and put my hand on his shoulder. And I'm just going to kind of like put my forehead down a little bit and say,
Like the fake hug?
if it's what you want, brother. And during this time, I am also going to cast Resist Energy
What energy?
on him.
You have to.
I think through here, I am going to. I'm
I
gonna
thought you were
go.
gonna You go.
Nope, she's got to
Oh,
pick it.
I have
No, I just said.
I have limited spells right now. This is the only one I can really do
Uh-huh.
effectively. Knowing that he is wooden, he is already somewhat resistant to cold. I saw that in battle
It's true.
before.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm going to protect him against fire damage
Smart. I am gonna blow
because
shit up.
I think that's exactly. And that's like the one thing that for a wooden person is probably not great.
He
So
leans in and he goes, "Thanks." He goes, "Also, there's another guy coming down the stairs." As he follows this guy this way. With that, there's some stumbling and walking. As with your sense that you have, Regder, you do make yourself down the stairs, and you sort of see Burke through a red haze. Burke, behind you, there's another one of these random cleansed or devoted that are making their way down, and his face is just covered in blood.
Where the heck? Burke, is that you?
You hear Regder's voice. This
You
time for
okay,
once.
mister?
It is
Oh,
Regder's
Burke. Oh.
voice.
Burke,
Oh.
it's me. Don't ask. I don't fucking know.
That's-
Listen, whatever we do, we can't look at whatever this thing is in the face. This keeper, whatever. We can't look at it or else we'll be forced to kiss its hand. Apparently, that's real fucking bad. Guessing it's why it's been, whatever, 200 to 1 or whatever that have come
There
down.
was a shit ton of
Where did
people
you
who
go?
died. This is very true.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I
How are you
don't
doing this?
fucking know. Apparently, I'm
When he's
taking
talking,
control of this guy.
his hand, it's your right hand, correct? Or is your left?
yes.
Is your left hand or your right?
No, it's my right.
Okay, you
It's my
see
trigger
two
finger.
fingernails in front of you growing through the man's, like underneath his fingernails, popping the old fingernails back. There's just two black fingernails growing.
It's the index and the pinky.
Yeah,
It's not these two.
it's these two.
Gross.
It's these two.
Because he went like this.
Go web go.
And they're growing in front of you as he's talking.
What is going on?
Again, I don't know.
I'm gonna
Heck,
move
this again.
back this way. Like, kind of whisper to both Maria and Georgia. Like,
And that secret door is still open right now. It's like slid into the wall. He's told you all to go towards the bonfire. And these two disappear down a hallway, and you hear a door. Not a door. You would hear something move. Stone on stone is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
But he told you to go
so-
this way.
right to the fire.
Yeah, towards the bonfire.
Yep.
So, are you two seeing this person here who's talking just like Regder?
Do you move
Pointing
in
out-
further,
pointing out
Drew?
this guy.
We cannot look at it. Yeah.
So in the
I'll
room, the
move my way
guy's
up to him.
clothed. He's got the white and golden robes on, like before, that are torn up but maintained. There's blood all over it. The back of his hand has the dirt mark like everybody else, but he's just got blood dripping down his face and two black fingernails that are probably about this long. And Regder's voice.
Can you get out? And then I'm like, you heard the man. Let's all go to the bonfire. And then I like look at fake Regder with the weird
He's gone.
nails.
Which
and
fake
stuff.
Regder?
No, I mean not the fake Regder. The one that I think might be the fake Regder.
Fake
and I look at
Regder?
him. Yeah, fake
Fake
Regder.
Regder.
Fake
Body hopper?
Regder. Okay.
Body hopper Regder. And I'm like, you heard the man. Fellow cleansed. We need to take them to the bonfire. Like, kind of like, come with us, Redger.
Oh, Right. Here we go.
Are you going to
He's
go to
kinda
the
like
bonfire?
trying to feel in his way.
I'm making room for all of them to come in, and then like using my low light, and then
Okay.
hopefully Georgia with her dark vision, we can kind of see what's happening with
You-
fake Redger.
So another man walks around the corner and he grabs this old like tattered sheet and pulls it across, like a big heavy like curtain. On the
blackout
side
curtain.
facing you, you can see they've stitched something over it, like covering up something that's on the curtain as they close it. And then you hear the footsteps kind of walk away.
So what's stitched on the?
It's
is
a
it
piece of
pattern?
like it's like a totally different fabric covering something.
The shower curtain.
Hmm.
It's a Minions shower curtain.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a,
It's
it's
Nicolas
not a mini
Cage.
shower curtain.
I'm making room for everyone to come in the room
It's the
if they
wave.
want to.
Is everyone moving in? I'll move Drew's character so he doesn't try to do it on iPad.
And then I mean, I can't.
Are you gonna
really
go all the way
voice.
to there, or are you going to investigate this?
Well, I'm thinking. I mean, I hate to be like, body hopper Regder, but body hopper Regder. Not that I know that he's body hopping, but I'm like Redger.
It sounds like Regder.
Well, I'm like Redger. If it's really you, you know what? Can I do a sense motive to see if it's actually Regder?
I mean, sure. Do you want a passive bonus on it? And just do a passive?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do
'cause then that would
serving
put me
hands
at, like, a
passive.
23 passive.
Mannerisms, the way he moves when he's not trying to fake it, the way he stands,
Okay.
all looks like him. It all sounds like him. The eyes even have like a weird sheen in them when the guy looks the wrong way. Like the eyes are like fucking buggy. They're not moving normally anymore.
Okay.
We need like safety words or like passwords, codes that we would know
Codes?
that only us
Well,
would
I
know.
mean, now
like-
that we're dealing with weirder cryptid shit, yes, I agree with you. But now that Maria feels more comfortable in character, knowing that it is most likely Redger, hopefully, I would kind of like step up to him and say, fellow cleansed, I'm not permitted to go past that curtain, but maybe you are? And then I lower my voice and I'm like, because if you're like just taking that body for a ride and something happens to it, then hopefully I mean,
I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. Stuck in this black void thing. I tried 3 times to get to you. This was the only one that took.
Wow, not knowing what's going on is really a pain in the ass sometimes, isn't it? Like when your brother sprouts talons.
okay, can
You're
we
getting some
can we-
sass.
can we
Georgia,
Can we
calm the
resolve?
fuck down.
Can we resolve all the family stuff outside
it's
of
in.
like crisis mode? Like when we met your sister for the first time forever. Listen, what I'm
Right?
hoping is that
Also, I don't know what the fuck this is, okay? As he wiggles him.
I reach out to put your hand in, and I'm like, okay. So what I'm thinking is because right now you're in the body of someone who is higher ranking than me. Hopefully, you might be able to get past the.
I mean, I'll try. Oh, listen. Fuck it. But tell him what I told you. And then he's going to feel his way through the darkness back towards the curtain.
The curtain's right next to you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just you can feel it. It's within 5.
Let's
Okay.
put those claws to use.
Are you gonna
he's-
start trying to pull the extra fabric off of it? Like it's kind of stitched through the curtain. Like you're gonna try to like cut, like feel and cut through all
He
of
kinda,
the
like,
stitching.
Kind of looks at the nail and he's like, he pulls up on the fabric and kind of uses it as like a rip stitch, like a
Yeah, like
stitch
clink,
ripper.
clink,
And
clink,
just goes,
So as you're
Yeah.
slowly
Clink,
feeling,
clink,
as he's peeling back on it, there is a circle with arrows pointing in, like arrowheads, which you've seen before. That is for the hunters who worship Vorg.
Mm-hmm.
You're guessing this place is probably a Vorg temple at some point in time.
And they like hijacked it probably.
I mean, all the keepers are gone, man. Finders keepers.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Figuratively and literally. So, I mean, that's the guess. Looking at the statue, the one that's all covered in slime, there might be something underneath that, moss. And I will say a lot of this place is covered in like a growth, like a fungal growth. Like like a I don't want to say fungus, but like a mold or a mildew that's growing across the floor, up the walls in spots. But you're underground. That's not odd.
So I'm gonna go into this next room.
Sure. Little dark.
And-
The wall is broken down in here.
Okay.
There is a torch on the other side, and then on the other side, there is a person sitting by the campfire.
Okay, so as I come through here, it's 30 foot out. Now I see someone over there. But what I was going to do is, if we really do think this is Golthawk and like the gibbering mouthers and whatever that we were attacked by at the manor, or not the manor, the lodge, I'm gonna look for anything that might be reminiscent of what we ran into. And then while I'm doing that, I want to do Arcane Sense so I can cast Detect Magic and see if like any of the moss or anything is like magical.
When you put up Detect Magic, nothing in here glows. There's no like magical moss or anything like that. It's definitely natural. Maybe a nature roll from like Georgia or something would make more sense, but it feels like a real mold and moss is piled up in the corners where water is dripping down, coming out of the cracks of the ground and in the walls.
Okay.
The gentleman who is sitting there, he's robed. He's not in like robes of these followers. He's in like different travel robes. He's just looking at the fire and warming himself.
Okay. When I do, well, okay. So then I kind of like my eyes go from like the blue to like the violet, from the winter court, and then they turn back to normal. And I go back to the group and I'm like, are we going to go to the bonfire? There's a gentleman waiting there. And then I move back in and I whispered to everybody that I didn't detect any magic in the room.
Behind the curtain,
Right
you
then.
hear some noise. More shifting of stones, and like a... No fake regular noises, though.
I'd be happy to roll a nature, but I would be heading into the room as well.
Which room? Bonfire room?
I basically went to scout and then tell you guys what I saw.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she went and came
yeah,
back.
bonfire room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
Like,
everyone
I
can
trust-
move
hearing
themselves
that, I
where
trust
they
Maria.
want to be, give me your nature roll as you're going there, and then is real Regdur going to follow to the bonfire?
No, I'm going through the curtain.
You are going to go through the curtain. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me put real Regdur on the map here, and I will get rid of this token of you as the person, since I know who you are, because I was hoping maybe they wouldn't figure it out and I could confuse them eventually. So as you walk through, where the torches are, as you see your friends turn and start walking down the hall, Maria, are you following? When you see him go through the curtain?
Well, what I had been hoping was that Georgia would keep an eye on her brother, but like so I see Georgia go in. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let her do her druid
She's
thing.
checking
I
the
see
moss,
Bert
yep.
go in, and with my low light, I guess I'm going to watch as Redgur goes in to see if I can notice anything as he moves the curtain.
Originally here, there was 2 torches. Right now, there is a solid wall blocking off whatever that was.
Okay. Fuck. And then I say, like, louder, I'm like, brother, I'll be with the new initiate, or I'll be with the, those waiting to be cleansed by the bonfire. And then I'll say, it's so strange. I thought there was a wall over to your right. When I first came down here, it must have been a trick of the light with my weak eyes.
You mean an opening? There used to be an opening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there must have been an opening, but I must have been a trick of the light. I can't believe I missed that wall.
And the curtain
on the
kind of
right
slides
side.
shut because just, they fall. Are you going to
Yeah.
stay there or move? There's no one watching you that seems to work here right now.
I'm gonna go back into the room, like, here,
Okay.
and then tell you guys, until someone comes to bust my chops, I'm gonna stay in this room
Okay.
in case Redgur or Wilcuff come out. And then I tell them that there was an opening that is now covered by a wall.
Okay. So,
And then this way, like, if I loiter, like, if
In
these
the
squares are pretty
area?
accurate, if I
They're
loiter
pretty
in
accurate.
the area, then with my whip, I should be able to hit anything that
Okay.
comes.
Georgia, I need your nature check. Audience, I need a D20 roll for the perception check of somebody else to notice if there's something wrong with real Regdor's body he is in.
Good.
But I need your nature roll first, and then a D20 from the audience.
Do we have any cards in play right now that could be stacked for that?
What do you mean? Survival. I have a survival card that gives you +2.
Yeah.
I'll let that work for
We'll
your
take it.
anything that has to do with identifying path trails or dealing with plants and shit. So yeah, we'll do that.
Beautiful. Says that on the
+2.
card. Plants and shit. Okay, 25.
The moss is extremely I don't want to say vibrant, but well grown. Like it's intact. It seems to be very young for being in such an old space. Of course it stopped working. No, it did. Yeah, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna hit a button, see if we can call it back. If not, I'm gonna turn on my solution. Try it again.
Working? Oh.
Okay,
Gotcha,
now
gotcha,
try
gotcha.
it. Now try it. Now do the
Okay,
D20.
okay.
While she's rolling that, it looks like it's young. It looks like the moss is like in its most strongest stage, but at the same time, the amount that is here, it looks like it's been here for years.
Okay. So that would go to show that either it's like maturing at an alarming rate and then like stagnating, or it is actually old moss that has been like basically like frozen
It is
in
really
its life
thick.
cycle.
If you like poke it with something, it's about 8 inches thick in spots, like layer upon layers. The best way I would say is if it's like over fertilized.
Like a whole bunch of dead
Interesting.
people.
And it's like in the corners of the rooms, the floor, things like that as you poke it. And when you poke it, some spores release.
Oh no.
And I need a fortitude save.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm really
let's
glad
go.
I'm in this room.
Yeah. Okay, fortitude.
Oh shit.
That is a 22.
22. You get your hand over your face quickly. First off, moss doesn't do that, but mold does.
Yeah.
And as you kind of peel some of the moss underneath, there's just tons of this black mold, and it like undulates and moves when you peel the moss away.
Oh. Moss doesn't do that.
It does if it's alive. With that, in the other
I'm so
room,
glad I've got like a thing over my face. Like
Regdor, buddy pal, they rolled a 16. A man steps out of the shadows here wearing very similar robes to you. I see you are injured, brother. Would you like me to heal your problems? There is a wall there. There is no door. Literally, this man was just standing in the shadowy corner. You smell of disease and sickness.
I don't know what's happening to me.
Come here. I will cure you.
Okay.
Do you walk up?
Uh-huh.
Okay. With that, the body reaches out from underneath. I will switch the token. I will
You talking
also,
to me or them?
To you. I will also show the token. I'll put it in chat.
The body reaches out from underneath.
As these weird tendrils in this clawed hand dripping, and you can see underneath the robes this long, sluggish-like tail behind it. As the tendril reaches 10 foot to make physical contact with you. For the audience, I'll pull it up on screen so you can see the glory that is this fucking horrifying monster. Golden eyes lick in the light. When it does reach out to you, since you are one of the devoted, technically, it heals the wounds and your vision goes back to normal instead of being red. I get to make a second save on control. You're still in control of the body. I see that you have been touched by the outside. Come with me. We will make sure you are whole. And it slithers back to the shadowy corner. And he hits the corner, and like the fabric folds and pulls through a crack in the wall. What would you like to do, Rector? Still in control.
Now that I can see, I'm gonna make a tracking roll to see if I can pick up where.
They went through a wall that is here. It's not on the map, but there's a wall right here. They just went through it.
No, not them.
Oh.
I'm talking about
The guy who was just talking to you, he went through the corner of the wall. The guy who was just talking to you, he just went through the corner of the wall.
No, not him. I'm talking about can't think of his fucking name.
Wilcuff?
Wilcuff, yeah.
I told you. He went through into here. You can see him on the map. There's a wall to your right now that was not there originally. With all the noise, you're guessing a wall slid into place. I just don't have a way to put it on the map.
Got it.
Here,
So I'm guessing
here.
Wilcuff went through the same way?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, as a dwarf, like looking at the wall, like it's clean. It's got scratch marks on the bottom. If you look closely on the top, it looks like it slides south into the other wall.
Like the whole thing pivots?
No, just in.
Oh.
There's like a little lip on the edge here. You can see where it kind of butts. Like normally it would be flush there, but there's a little corner piece. You could try to find a way to open it. That would be a perception check. It is stonework, but unless you have that for dwarfs, it's just going to be a regular perception check.
Yeah, no, I took the strong-blooded one. Wondering if anything else would help.
You know who could do it? Fake Regtor. Not fake. That's you. Fake Regtor could do it. Not fake.
Not fake. Not body hopper.
Yeah, not body snatcher. I can give you a +2 with the survival roll to help towards it if you'd like, because you're trying to track somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say, could I do a tracking roll instead of a...
No. You're doing a perception check, but it is part of tracking somebody, so I will give you the +2. It's still a perception, because you're trying to figure out, like, what did they touch? What did they do? Tracking doesn't work.
Okay.
It has to be
I mean,
perception.
yeah, it's the same roll anyway, so, all right. +2. God damn it.
You patching
patch that.
All right.
Yeah.
We got 2 patches for the night.
That's better.
Okay.
That 3 becomes an 11, so +2 is 23.
On the far wall, when you walk over it, this body can feel a tremor still. You can feel a hollow spot behind one of the bricks. With this body's ability to feel tremors, and you could push it, and you're pretty sure it would open it.
You want me to roll again to look for a trap, or should I roll
That's
separately?
up to you. It
I'll
just
keep the
doesn't
same
seem
roll,
like
but if
a
I don't-
well-trapped place, you know what I mean? Like, the guy opened it, like, no one's disabling anything walking through here so far.
Okay, yeah, then I'll push it.
All right, push the button. Treat it like run, yeah. It's a rental, yeah, it doesn't matter. As that happens, the rest of the group can hear... And you see the wall slide and stop, and it does 4 of them. Behind is a statue. The statue is slid back into the wall. One gentleman is standing here. Wilcuff is not in the room.
Oh no.
There is a pit in the floor that just goes into darkness. The guy turns and looks at you and goes, I see. You're not supposed to be here to see this. Please close the wall. Only I have the eyes for this. And he's like staring into the pit. What do you want to do before I cut back to the party?
I mean, I know you shouldn't, but when are you going to be here? The super happy fun slide.
Is this the same one that healed me? Or this is somebody else.
Different guy. Totally normal, human looking, similar dress to what you have on right now, similar robes, dirt mark on the back of his hands.
I need clarification. I thought I was going the same place that other dude went.
No, this opened the wall that opens to your right into the space that was there before they closed the curtain. Basically, they closed the secret door, closing off the spot. This other one went to a little alcove and literally slithered through a crack in the corner of the wall.
Right. That's what I was confused about. I thought it was opening away so I could go the same way since
it didn't do that. It opened the wall to your right. It literally opened the wall that this guy's in. That other guy didn't open a secret passage. He just went, I fit through this crack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the motherfucker?
Yeah. That's why I figured I would have to open a wall to do what he did.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It opened the wall to your right. Where the statue is here, there is actually a pit now. That statue is slid back to the wall, and there is like a 10-foot, almost 10-foot around hole in the ground with noises coming from it. But it's pretty far. It's echoey. It seems to be pretty deep. Sound of sloshing is what I would say.
I don't hear Will Cuff anywhere. Like, I can't hear his voice or anything coming from the pit.
No. I mean, you could, if you want to walk up, but that guy told you not to come in, or you can try to make a perception check from there if you want just to listen. That's up to you. But I'll tell you, your passive does not cut it at all.
I'll try and listen before. Okay. Like, he goes to act like he's at least going to close the door, but I'm gonna take a second and listen for it.
Okay.
That's not going to be enough. But I wouldn't know that. It's only a 16.
You don't
My passive wasn't
hear anything but the sloshing. There's no sound of Wilco. But there is definitely something large down there moving a substantial amount of liquid. With that, I'm going to pan across to the party.
Oh, you mother...
As Maria is listening, you heard the wall shift. The curtain is closed. Obviously, there's like little gaps. Someone walked up and talked to him from the shadows, but the guy was not right. He was elongated. Everything was misshapen, but you're not getting a really good view. And Regder's blocking. Fake Regder is blocking part of it. But the guy just walked back in the shadow and disappeared.
Okay.
Regder walked over to the corner of the room, fucked with something, and that wall opened back up.
At this point, because I don't know what's going on and I don't know like who's in trouble or anything, I'm gonna take one of my two
no screams for help.
That's
what I'll say.
And drink it.
Okay. While you do that,
vision for 10 minutes.
The guy who's at the fire pit looks back to Burke and to Georgia and says, "If you want to sit by the fire with me, I've been waiting here for a few days. Sometimes it takes a week before they let you see the keeper. They want to make sure that you are clean of any outside world ailments."
Who exactly told you that?
No, it's in the scripture. And he holds up a book.
It's in the book.
It's got a tattered leather binding on it. It's small, like a journal size. It's in the book. I found
it. Says handbook for the recently deceased.
And by finding that, I found here.
Where exactly did you find that now?
No, I found it on my travels with the true faith. The man stands up. You hear metally noises. Like he's definitely wearing some armor.
Okay. I'm going to look over at Burke.
Come sit by the fire. And he kicks a rock and the fire goes... As it gets bigger and a little brighter. You can see he's wearing black armor. His collar has got like thorns on it, and it kind of drapes down around the front. And there's a hand on the front that's a closed fist holding fire, with fire coming between the knuckles. Come sit. He's older.
So, yeah, I don't want to split us up.
I will say, if Burke would like to make a religion check, you have a good chance of knowing. because you were in Cadra for a while.
I'm not trained. But if it's just recalling, I could probably.
I would say
try it.
general knowledge people would know of them, probably not what they do specifically. I will give you the forward-facing brochure version if you make the check.
Okay. I got a 16.
It's an inquisitor of the true faith. They usually find, seek out keepers and eradicate those who do not believe in the true faith. Or that are, I should say, a harm to the true faith.
So that's kind of disturbing that this guy's a convert.
It is.
Which makes me immediately jump to coercion over convincing him. Like some sort of overt tactics that aren't just like, hey, come try it. It's more like, you will do this.
Maybe.
That's first impression.
Yeah. It's not a bad first impression.
Kind of spooks me a little bit about what they're all doing here.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's like I will join at the fire momentarily. I'm just waiting on someone here. I want to move a little bit, like step out, like just.
They told me I must
gonna
wait
talk to
until the divinity of my old god is left me. Feel that I am near the end of that time. Your friend in there, she stay away from the mold. Consumed the last one that poked too much. And when he says that, like you can see underneath the moss, some of the black mold is like growing out in the cracks of the floor around George's feet, but very slow. He slept too close, is what he says.
Right. Georgia, maybe keep moving a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
sounds dangerous, right? I mean, you would know for sure.
Which way are you going? Towards
This
the
is
bonfire
your
or towards
purview.
Maria? Maria, you can hear this. He's not being quiet. He's talking in a normal voice. Are you moving towards the bonfire or are you moving towards Maria? That's what I need to know right now before all fucking hell breaks loose.
Georgia
'Cause-
would probably take a step back towards Maria, being like looking for Redgar.
So, like, into the room?
Redgar. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Burke, by herself in the room with the stuff crawling on the floor. She moves. It doesn't get a hold of her. And the gentleman he sits back down and sticks his hands in the fire to warm them. There is a smell of, like, burning hair.
Stay a while and listen.
Ugh.
I'm immediately starting the horror counter.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's definitely something incredibly. I'm going to take a step towards.
Okay. Take a step
away
in.
from the guy as well.
Oh, hi, there's a dog in here.
Oh, hi.
As you take a step in, Regder, I guess you're probably the most important person to answer this question, then Maria, because that's going to determine how we do this. The gentleman looks back into the hole, and he starts to silently, like real quietly chant. Does Regder walk into that room to look, or is he staying where he is?
He's gonna stay where he is.
There's more
And-
noise, sludges moving. There's a sound of slurping now.
Okay.
And then a thud, like a meaty thud.
A meaty thud.
Like a sack of like after you skin something and you cut it off the rack and it hits a hard surface, like that. Like a goat, and you drop it to the stone floor and then drag it in the other room. That's the sound. Except there's no goats here.
Just devotees. Does this guy? You said his eyes were different.
They're gold.
They're
Like the
gold.
other gentleman's was, but he looks human. They're like gold orbs. Not even like irised orbs.
Okay. Did he have a tail? Like a slug?
Oh, he's human. Just his eyes are gold. The other guy was that weird sluggy looking thing.
Don't know what the fuck is going on.
Correct.
He'll push the button and close the door.
Okay, you push it. You like feel the senses again. You're now getting. You probably have tremor sense of 10 foot.
This guy does?
Yeah. As you push it, and the sound of the sloshing goes away, and you don't even hear the man chanting. It's a pretty thick wall when it moves. It's stone like this, so you're not hearing a lot on the other side, and that pit is deep. Maria, you hear the thing shut. You can kind of see it when it hits that last two noises as it shuts that wall off again. What does the party want to do? There's no will cuff or fake Regtor in sight.
After that wall closes, I'm going to come back around to them.
Okay, so you walk back through the curtain?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Like, I don't see Wilcuff anywhere. There's a huge fucking pit in there with some dude looking down at it. I'm thinking that might... He told me only he has the eyes to watch this, and it sounded like a buffet or something happening down there. And then... I closed the wall again because I didn't want to see it, because I'm pretty sure that's the thing that we're not supposed to look at. And now I'm back. I don't know where Wilcuff is. Some slug-looking thing came out and healed this guy's eyes.
Mm-hmm. His eyes are healed now. You don't see Wilcuff anymore, but Wilcuff can see through because I failed the roll.
Or Regtor. You don't see Regtor.
No, Regtor. Sorry, Regtor. I apologize.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Where are you at?
You can see them.
No, he's asking like where are you at? As in, like,
gotcha.
What I miss?
Like, what the fuck do you guys want to do? Where are you all at? I'm assuming everyone's within the range. Behind Burke, the camera sees the man sitting there. His hands are still in the fire. He pulls it out, and he's pulling the skin off his hands and putting them on the ground. We're now at 2 for horror.
That's not good. That's not normal at all.
You're muted.
None of this is normal. I've been sitting here keeping watch to see, like, in case you found Wilcuff or something happened in that room over there.
Mm-hmm.
We originally came here to find you, and we found you, but not your body.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that your sister might be here, but she's not here. There's this book with 13 check marks in it, and 2 of the check marks are by you and your sister's name, Georgia. And then Georgia, as I told you, back there, the one guy, the old man, said that anyone who had a check mark next to their name needed to be seen by the keeper to be cleansed because they were corrupted. Then the guy up there that greeted us said that you needed to be brought down to be cleansed. Like, the old man implied that you were going to be killed. The man that we saw up front didn't seem to have that vibe, and definitely the gentleman who brought us down here did not seem to have that vibe either. He seemed to be telling the truth that he needed to take you one by one to go see whoever you need to go see. So at this point, I really don't know. At this point, we're in a room full of cultists. We're in a temple full of cultists who want to corrupt people and turn them into monstrosities. They're monsters, and I'm a monster hunter.
A few moments later, you hear as the wall opens back up, and you hear footsteps coming towards the curtain. Comes the curtain and moves it. If I could have the next chosen, please. And he looks to Georgia.
Is this the dude with the gold eyes?
His eyes look normal. He is dressed like that gentleman.
Oh, where's my brother?
Your brother is currently going through the blessing. We've moved him to another chamber. We will move him with you afterwards. We'll give you your robes, your mark, and send you out to help the rest of the congregation.
I would really love to check in with my brother first, see if he has any spiritual tips for the cleansing.
I see. Well, then I will take you to him. I understand.
Wonderful.
The how would he say this? I understand the hesitation to joining a new religion when you are so devoted to the trees.
It's
Or so he
truly
says.
It is a great honor to be chosen
Well, then come.
by both entities.
And he has his gloved hand on because you're unclean, and he puts his hand out for you. Come.
I will follow.
Okay. Follow through the curtain. Curtain closes. He walks up the corner of the wall. He's like, "Please stand here. Go to the dais in the room, in front of the statue. Place both hands on it. On the pedestal in front of you. Head down."
I would like to roll perception for traps.
Okay. Perception roll.
That is a 25.
There's a lot
25.
of slide marks here in the stone. As for like a trap, there doesn't feel like there's a floor that gives way or anything like that. The wall next to you does look like it moves. He is standing next to the wall with his hand on, and he's just waiting for you to walk up and put your hands on the table in front of you.
Okay, and
There
I'm
is
not getting.
stains on the table in red, but like no body parts or anything weird like that. It's just stained.
Is it like bloodstains?
I don't know. You gonna walk and look at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you walk in, he hits the button, and the wall goes and starts
gonna
closing
follow.
behind you. He puts his hand up when you walk. He's like, "Brother, stay away." And he walks in to this side and walks in with her as the door is sliding shut. Are you going to listen to him or no?
No.
And
Okay.
yeah, I would say as he is walking past me, survival above all else, I just get bad vibes. I'm gonna try to knock him out.
Well, then, I'm going to need initiative from anyone who's going to be involved to see if I can keep you in here before the wall finishes closing, if Regder can get in. I'm going to put him on the map are you attacking me?
I wouldn't call it an attack. It's just like a butt of the clan dagger hit.
That
an
is a
attack.
fucking
That's an
attack,
attack.
Allie.
Well, yeah,
if
yeah,
I hit
it's an
you
attack.
in the back of
It's
the
an
head with a
attack.
butt of a clan dagger, you'd be pretty pissed.
I'm not slashing him. I'm just trying to knock him out so I can
pissed.
look around the room.
So you're doing bludgeoning damage
Allie,
instead of
I
slashing.
hate to tell you this, that bludgeoning damage hurts just as much as stabby damage. So I'm
Does it?
sorry. One,
Sometimes it hurts more.
you're not a rogue. Two,
Yeah, no, I know.
you're already suspicious. You're on the list. Three,
Yeah, I
roll
know.
initiative.
Let's go.
Well, I'm rolling initiative because I was basically
Ooh.
waiting here this entire time.
If
for us
anyone is
pop
going to be
off.
involved, I need you to roll initiative.
I'm rolling initiative.
Got I got that 30.
A 30 perception roll.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
12 for perception plus 18 on the die.
Okay. Okay, cool. No, that's great, Georgia. I'm going to roll mine now.
I didn't do that great.
My perception roll.
48.
My perception
No.
is not that great. But he uses athletics for initiative. And I have a 32.
Jesus.
Okay.
One away
I'm
from
at an
max.
18.
18 is pretty good. Does anyone fall between 30 and 18 that's going to be joining in?
In that
It's
12
24.
range.
I'm in that 15 range.
15, okay, below. Okay, Maria, I see you. What about Burke?
I tried.
24.
24, okay. All right. Now with that, this creature shifts. As you go to pull out, it's immediate. Like the skin on this thing folds in and gets pulled into whatever the mass of this thing is. The tendrils drop out of its skull. Its eyes roll back as they turn into these gold orbs. And I will put him back on the screen for the group to see, or the audience to see, is its mouth splits all the way back here and the jaw drops low. They are human size, but this weird, like, sluggish tail falls from the robes, and they are dripping, like, as the skin is dripping off of them. We're in horror mode. Everybody who can see him needs to make me a fortitude save to hold their stomach.
Mojo.
26.
Okay.
I'm not in there yet.
21.
Okay.
No, sorry, 22.
Are you
22.
both happy with your rolls?
I
No,
mean,
but- If I roll again, I'm going to roll under a 13, not over it. I know how this is going to go. Also, not my stomach.
I would
True.
be down to use a plus. What the hell? Sorry. Trying to log into Streamloot.
I got it open. What are you looking for?
Cool.
Keeper's
any
Eye is
bonuses.
just focus or spells.
Yeah.
The only other thing you could really use is... I deliberately didn't add things to saves and shit like that, so you guys can't get out of jail free all
Okay.
the time.
Dope. Nope, that's totally fine.
There's
Totally fine.
Keeper's Eye, and I can't think of anything else that would help you in this situation.
Totally fine.
I'm scrolling. Emotional Heal will help once I start beating you up.
You.
Medical Science. No, nothing.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, 26 is one of the highest rolls I can get right now.
That's
so
cool. I'm just
gonna
making
go
sure
with
you're
it.
good with it.
Gotta be.
So 26 is not 10 over, which would have been really good.
Okay.
All of you who made the save are sickened one but take no damage. Both of you made it but did not critically succeed. You have to critically succeed to
Okay.
not take sickened one. As acid starts to drip from its mouth, and the areas that you've seen clean in this area must come from these creatures. It's just like filling itself up with this like acidy ooze. I unfortunately go first. I am turning. My first action, as the door is shutting, I am going to push you towards the dais. What is your fortitude DC, Georgia?
Fortitude's a plus 9, so that would be 19.
Okay, I got a 26. I shove you over the dais. My first action.
Okay.
When that happens, the pressure clicks and it like drops it a couple inches, and you see the gargoyle statue start to slide away from you, and the floor slowly start to slide down.
Okay.
My second attack, I am going to hit you. Does a 26 hit you? It's a pretty good roll for me. Not
Yep.
great, pretty good. All right. My damage isn't too bad. It's not the worst. 15 points. He hits you, and in a weird, like, slimy, guttural noise, it says, "Stay still, do not move. You will be blessed upon the bottom." When I hit you a second time, I need another fort save from you.
Okay. That is not as good. That is a 23.
You are still good. You gain sickened 1 again, so you don't go up in the sickened condition. I was trying. My last attack, I see that fake Regder, is coming towards me. I am going to block the door to come through with my last action and fight defensively, because I can't really do anything else. Fighting defensively is still one action in this game. Am I correct, Todd? It's still +2 to your AC if you're defensive fighting.
I don't think that's a thing. You could have a shield and raise it for
No.
a shield
It's a feat.
bonus, circumstance bonus. Defensive, I'm not sure.
That feels like an old like 3-5
Yeah.
rule.
No, it's a feat. It is shield feat. Never mind. I have to have the shield for it. So I will use my last action and stay where I am. I'm not going to attack her again. I just want her to stay still. That was my warning. That takes it to Georgia. It is.
All right.
You're about 3
Georgia's
foot
like,
down.
nope.
Not that far yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and for my first action, I would like to do an athletics
To do what?
try to, or sorry, acrobatics to jump off of this like.
I mean, you can just,
lowering
it's
panel.
3 foot. Like, you can get yourself up it pretty
Oh,
easily.
okay.
It's not went
Cool.
down yet. Next round, you'd be making some rolls.
Buttes. Okay, so just
Just double
Quick
move
step.
to get out of your square, basically. Like, it's 10 foot for the next square, and that'd be it.
okay, cool. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I don't want to face this thing.
Are
by
you moving
myself for
inwards? That's the
even
hole
half a
where you
round?
just moved to.
Oh, that is.
This is the
There we go.
center of it, and these 4 squares go down.
Got it. Okay, I see.
You
I
can't
see.
go through there. The
Darker
wall's
there.
in the way. Where he is the only way out. I deliberately block the exit as the wall is closed.
Got it. Okay, so basically,
You have to go through him.
okay. So, okay, I'm just going to switch the order of this then. So then, first we're going to start. I am going to summon an elemental.
You're summoning next to me.
So, yes.
Is that verbal and somatic?
Give me a second.
It's,
Yeah.
Is it still
I'm
3
not-
actions?
Master, they got rid of that.
Yeah.
For me, they
Concentrate,
don't.
So it will provoke.
It will definitely provoke because of what they have.
Hang tight.
It's the only way I get attack of opportunity.
It'd be nice if I knew what the fuck this shit meant.
Okay, so you cast, you're summoning.
There we go.
So if you're casting, is it manipulate?
Yeah.
yeah.
All I need is a spell casted next to me. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. This is not, it's not that.
Okay.
So you cast your spell. Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to attempt to devour the spell.
Okay.
What level spell is it?
2.
He turns, his head like slurs to the right as the jaw opens, and he starts trying to draw the mana out of you as you're casting. Unfortunately, I missed the DC. You can continue casting your spell.
Thank God, because this thing's really cool.
No, I
All
was really
right.
happy to eat it.
So I see this as she's going to pull this hair bead out of her braid.
Okay.
And crack it in 2. It's going to release an air element, or no, it's a metal elemental spirit. As
The
it
fuck is a
grows,
metal
and you see,
elemental?
it's in the rules.
I'm going to ask the first question. I would like to know what the rarity of that spell is.
The rarity of the spell summon
Yeah, does it-
elemental.
Does it say anything like uncommon? Damn it!
It shouldn't. It
It
absolutely
should
shouldn't. It's
to
from
make
the
me
PF
happy,
core.
but it doesn't. A metal
PF core,
elemental?
yeah.
What the fuck? I
Yes.
will find art.
So you will see this bead releases this spirit that starts to kind of shimmer as you see 2 giant wings unfurl. As I have a beautiful but deadly ferocious butterfly, a turkey-sized insectile creature with bristling with dozens of gleaming razor-edged blades.
Fuck is this thing? Okay. This is the weirdest creature I've seen in Pathfinder in a very long time. So how many actions was that for you to do it? 2?
2, yeah. So I'm done. So I have to
Is it 3 actions?
summon elemental is listed in here as.
So rule number 1.
Oh no, you're right. It's 3. It's 3. Yeah.
Okay. Does
no.
it get
Thank
an
you.
action after
Thank you.
being summoned?
Let me.
Okay. Let me put this fucking art piece up here for us. This is a fucking creepy, weird. Like it doesn't even make sense. Give me your action you would like to do while I'm getting this art in place for you.
Yeah. So in that case, let's go ahead and have him. He's just gonna go ahead and do a little melee of 1,000 cut.
So dumb.
Okay. Yeah, right?
Kind of.
Oh, so it's technically a wing attack. So it is one action for this one. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Great.
Is that it hits?
23 does, I believe, hit me. It
Yes,
does.
okay.
It does. Not a crit, but it does its thing.
Cool. Cool. So that is going to be 5 points of slashing damage and 1 persistent bleed, plus 1,000 cuts. So 1,000 cuts says ferocious butterflies' knife-like wings cause terrible lacerations that continue to bleed. Any creature with persistent bleed damage from a ferocious butterfly's attack has weakness 2 to slashing until the bleeding is stopped.
How long have you been pocketing this Pokemon to throw it at me?
This is my first time being able to use this spell. I only just added him into the spell list with the most recent level up.
I 100% think you've been pocketing this for levels, waiting for the time to spring it on the game.
Nope.
All right. What's my damage, you say?
5 plus 1 persistent bleed.
5. I'll put the 1p over here for now.
And weakness
Cool.
2 to slashing.
And what did you say?
Weakness 2 to slashing.
Oh, I now
So
get
a
weakness
quick-
to slashing? Okay.
Yes, until the bleeding stops.
Yeah,
So
let's track more stuff.
my next question is, does he only get 1 action as a summon?
When
Yes.
it's summoned, as soon as you complete the
Cool.
summoning, he gets 2 actions because it's a minion. And with the minion trait, it means when it's summoned, 2 actions. Every turn that you sustain the spell as 1 action, it gets 2 actions.
Dope. Okay. So in that
I
case,
just looked
let's go ahead and do a second burst, same as the first.
second.
I like that it's a metal elemental, but it looks like a fucking oil painting. Like, here's the art.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, I didn't put the art here. Dirty 20. That hits me again. It does not crit me.
Cool. Okay. That was less damage, so that's only 3 damage. 3 slashing plus 1 persistent bleed.
Okay. All right.
Does
that's-
bleed- I forget.
My
does
bleed goes up
stack,
one?
or does it
No, it replaces.
replaces?
Yeah.
Gotta bleed.
So it's 3 instead of 1 now, which is good. Delete this because it's not a token. There you go. Look at that bright ass butterfly. For the audience, look at this stupid thing. The fuck is that? It looks like a fey creature mated with the metal elemental and made a ant metal bumblebee.
Oh, I was gonna say something different, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I think Pal World stole from Pokemon, and then Paizo stole from Pal World.
Oh no, that's not what I was gonna say either.
I know. So, your actions are done.
What are you
I am
doing
still
here?
alive. That would take us to the next in line, which is Regdur. Regdur in the other body form.
So,
You hear a whisper. Give in.
first action, I'm going to hit the button again
The
to
eyes.
reverse the door so it opens. No.
You have
the
to walk
button.
across to do that, so it'd be one move to go over there because it's on
I
this.
thought it was
corner.
right next to the wall.
Nope, it's on this corner here. He hit it here and walked across her. I even made those movements. It's always been in that corner. It is here.
So, sorry, hang on. Going back to the
It's
map.
the south. It's the south side, south corner, right here. South corner. He hit it, walked across her, and then blocked as the thing is coming across, and blocked the opening as it's closing, because it starts in the south and goes north to close on the map.
Oh, I thought, okay.
It has to come out of
I
that
thought-
thick wall, or there's no way it would work.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was arranged differently.
Nope.
Okay, then first action then step inside the door.
To him, like
Hunt prey.
here, or inside the curtain door.
Whatever is right next, like which wall is closing? The one that I just walked through, right?
No, here, right here, to the south, where I'm pinging. This is sliding north,
Oh,
blocking
okay, I
off
gotcha.
the alcove with the statue.
Got it. How much space is still left?
Where he's at, he's blocking the opening.
Okay. Then I will step next to him. First action.
Okay.
Hunt prey. Second action. Third action. I'm going to try and X-23 this bitch in the back of the skull since he turned around to try and suck up that spell.
You're trying to hit him. You can say you're trying to hit him in the skull, but that will come down to rolls. You again hear the whisper, "Give in, I will release you to the material."
Attacking.
Okay.
Second patch.
Okay.
God damn it.
Makes me
2
happy.
is right next to 20 on this fucking die.
I mean, aren't they always?
Man.
I'm pretty sure they always are. Mine is.
Same.
Maybe not a Digidice. I heard Digidice are only 20s.
All 20s every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
All day,
true
every
at
day.
all.
Only on Digidice are only 20s, Todd said. I heard it first from him. It's got to be true. Todd never lies.
Yeah, I heard you can just program all that 20s.
Yeah, he's
all the
programmed
time.
20s only. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you programmed 20s only.
Only 20s. This is new site.
It's so pretty. I really want one now. I'm not going to
It
lie.
is very pretty, isn't it? Here, let me turn it to a 20, and I'll show you what happens. It's ready to explode.
Flashes!
Ew, it flashes.
While Drew's doing math.
Otherwise, it looks like a ember. It'll burn out.
That's only a 15 to hit.
I know he did. I know she got a 16. Did you guys suck it? That's true. That's true. You only got a, what'd you say?
It's only a 15 to hit.
When you hit it, it's rubbery. And you do punch a little bit of a hole in it, and acid starts to pour out of it, like thick, viscous acid.
So I did. So I hit it,
You
but
don't
I
do
didn't
any
do damage.
Yeah, you didn't do anything to me.
Okay.
You're really close to the AC. Well, not close. Close enough. So you're out of actions, right?
Yep.
All right. That takes us to Burke, I think, right? Yeah, Burke's 18.
No, I was at 24.
No, I was.
Oh, I swapped you two. I apologize. B's and
18.
R's look the same when your pen doesn't write on the paper. So go ahead, Burke. I apologize.
So I'm guessing this is throwdown time. So I want to I will gather my elements, which means the aura comes around me 10 feet of burning clockwork gears and such, and I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fortunately. Oh, my aura, I have a special aura.
Okay. How big's your aura, by the way? Is it just you?
10 feet from me.
Okay, 10 feet. Okay, cool. That covers...
All of my allies right now have resistance 4 to fire. If that matters.
Not really, but nice.
But anyway, I'm going to lob a... Did Georgia mention that slashing would be better for these, or did she not say?
No.
No? Okay.
That's not been said.
Then
She's
I'm
literally
going
behind a
to-
wall right now. You can't even see her.
Use my random roll. Tell me what kind of weapon I'm going to use.
I forgot.
Okay, it's going to be bludgeoning because it's going to be a little throwing hammer.
Okay.
I'll do a single action attack. Form a hammer weapon.
Okay.
Oh, pixel dice. I think they're my new best friend. That's on the wrong page. My character sheet, as always. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, it hits me. It doesn't crit me, but it hits me.
Okay. All right. Then let's see. This was a metal attack. So I roll this. It's not going to be a lot because it's just a basic attack. So that's 5 bludgeoning.
Okay. Take 5. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for my turn.
All right, Maria. This thing has shifted, sucked its skin in. Looks like the aberrational horror that is on the screen. Again, we are at horror 1 and 2 for this round, so 2s also count as a 1 in this for critical failure purposes for rolls. What do you want to do?
And every person's up there. Okay.
Correct. And there's a wall closing, so the only gap is the 5-foot square between fake Regder and the creature.
Okay. Let's see.
You do see the knight behind you, like out of the corner of your eye, look down at you, like he's holding his hands up, and there's like bone and meat, and he's peeling the meat off of his arms now as he's watching, but he's not moving anywhere.
I'm just, you know what? He can just continue having his barbecue over there. Human flesh is considered a delicacy in some realms of ETHUANTIA.
Sure. Yeah, I mean that's not far from the truth. Spriggan love it.
Yeah, that's definitely what I've heard. 1, 2, 3. I guess I'm gonna go past Burke, because why not group everybody up?
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
It's gonna
You
be
will have a
plus
little cover from you from the wall, just as a heads up.
11. Well, this is just to make the check to see if I get it.
Sure.
I got a 11, so it's gonna be 20. I got 27 for my.
It's a hit, not a crit.
Recall knowledge. Well, this is for my knowledge check.
Yep.
My recall
Yep. That's what I'm
knowledge.
looking at. Hit, not a crit.
So then I know its highest weakness, if it has one.
No weaknesses.
Well, I now know about the slashing one.
Yeah, that's true. He is bleeding because of the weird creatures with someone behind, which you've never seen before, but you heard Georgia say some words in her druidic language. There are cuts in this thing that are pouring out this acidic blood.
Okay.
It's like a thick ooze.
Because of that... Alright. Exploit vulnerability. I learned about the highest of the creature's resistances if the creature has one.
You get some knowledge on it too, right? Don't you get a question too?
Yeah. So I think I get like the highest weakness, and then I learn about its highest resistance that can be bypassed because of reach defenses, which is a feat that I have.
That's just the slashing right now. Otherwise, there's nothing. It's been a
I'm
new
saying,
one.
I'm saying like does it have a resistance, like a?
It's immune to acid.
It's immune to acid. Okay. And then I guess, and I don't know if this is something we can ask in Pathfinder 2e, like what's its highest save? Is that something that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Fortitude.
Okay.
You know, do you get its name and stuff like that? Like, do you gain that kind of knowledge?
Okay. Not for this. No.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So I say, it's got a strong constitution, which probably explains why it's nauseating as fuck to look at.
Filled
as I
with
realize
acid.
that I need to roll my fortitude save
Yep.
to not get sickened.
Yep. Because you couldn't see it before.
Right.
Ellie, don't you also get a recall knowledge for free because of diverse lore?
Diverse lore lets me use my esoteric lore for any check, any recall knowledge check. It's not.
What's
a
the
free
last
one.
line? Isn't it something
Oh,
about?
it might be.
Sounds like the bullshit that you would have training under the people you trained under.
Perps got it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
It gives you-
well, you know what?
I had to deal with this class twice, everybody.
If that number would be a success or critical success, you gain information as if
success.
you'd succeeded at the recall knowledge. So that's
I
why
will
I'm
tell
getting
you
the
that it
free.
is dangerous, but within the realms of handling, because I said I would always kind of tell you guys that.
Right.
It is known as a grothlut. Grothlut. It is a aberration.
Okay.
Oh, good.
As a
Haven't had enough of those.
24 for my fortitude.
How much?
24.
Just sickened 1, but you don't get sickened 2 or the acid damage.
Okay, and then let me just look up.
Everyone who's made the save, you notice that there are particles floating in the air, like mold spores.
Okay.
Now
so
that everyone's
there's-
close enough, I will definitely say, like, between all of you, you definitely would see it moving in the air now. There's light in the room and people stirring shit up in here.
Okay, and then
It's not a
Sorry to
creature, is
be-
it? It's just spores. Effect of something else.
Effect of something else, yep.
taking all of this. So
Correct,
because this thing doesn't actually have like a weakness except for the slashing, it's just slashing 1 right now.
Slashing 3 now. Or 2.
I thought,
Slashing 2.
I thought it was
She did bleed 3 and slashing 2
okay.
is what I have written down right now.
Well,
second attack.
this is actually still going to be. Wow, this is actually going to be better than that for right now. Personal antithesis. You customize. You improvise a custom weakness on a creature by forcefully presenting and empowering a piece of esoterica that repels it on an individual level. This causes the target creature and only the target creature to gain a weakness against my attacks equal to 2 + half my level. So
I would tell you that your blade is extremely clean and shiny because even though they call it being cleansed, nothing here is actually clean.
right. So my personal antithesis, I think, is like forcing a clean item like in his face. Like I've got the gibbering mouther whip.
Yep.
And maybe that's going to help eat him clean as I try and attack him.
One can hope and pray. Give me a roll hit.
That's a natural 20.
That hits and crits. Kelly's already on her roll.
Well, so that doesn't really do a lot because we realize that weaknesses don't crit. But
Correct. It's still fucking damn.
But still, that's actually going to be 10, I think.
I don't.
Yes, that's going to be plus 10. And then the crit. So that is 17 points of damage plus the 5 from the weakness I inflicted on him.
All right, 17. Is that together? 17 and the 5 are together?
No, that together that would be 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I can add them up for you since I know.
Right, because
I'm sorry. 21, my bad. Since
21?
I inflicted the weakness, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I can tell you what that is.
Any
So
other
that's 21
actions
points
for
of
you
damage.
before we?
No, that was it.
At the end of this round, the floor goes and shifts down a total of 6 foot. There's a gap now. That slushing and slurring noise can be heard, and the first large tendrils from below come up and grab for Georgia to drag her into the abyss. They don't look like the creatures you've dealt with before. They don't look like the tendrils from the Mouther. It is quite different. Georgia, unfortunately, I need to know, you said 19 or 18 was your fortitude DC?
19.
Okay. Let me go back to this for you. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to attempt to pull you through the gap down below.
Okay.
Let's see here. I need to make sure that I'm not doing this wrong. All right. That's correct. And what is my total? Since you're in the room, there is a smell of like mold and rot and garbage and refuse that comes out of the hole.
Oof.
Immediately, I need you to make a fortitude save before I do my roll.
Okay. 21.
21. Are you happy with that?
Let's risk it for the biscuit. I got 2 patches.
All right, we'll patch it for Georgia.
That is a 21.
The smell is bad, but it's not enough to make you sick and slow you 1.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But my 34 to hit you is 10 over your fortitude DC.
Okay.
A tendril comes up and wraps around your leg and pulls you into the abyss. When it wraps around, you feel bone crunch as you take 18 points of damage.
Fuck. Okay.
And it pulls you down. And then I need you to give me another fortitude save as it constricts up your leg.
That one is not as good. That is a 19.
It is not high enough. As it crushes bone up your leg, you take an additional 11 points of damage. As you are dangling in the air from just the skin and broken bone. That was one attack because it gets its constrict and you make a save for it. I pull you down to me. I'm going to put the creature on the map now, below. And actually, I'm not going to put the creature on that. I'm going to show it to the audience.
Do I see this happen, Eric?
No, because it's down below. The floors only went down 6 foot, and you just see her get grabbed and pulled away.
I think
but
you
I see her get
definitely-
grabbed and pulled away.
You do see her get pulled
And
away.
you
I
hear me like
I yell when that happens. Like, remember, don't look at it.
Fortunately, that is all a falsity. There's nothing to do with looking at it. As it
He
pulls
doesn't know
down, you are dangling over what is liquid. Is what it looks like. As this thing emerges out of the liquid below, and this maw opens up. And this long tongue comes out. There's no eyes on it that you can see. There's 3 tentacles that are barbed with these like paddles at the end of them, like pseudopod paddles. When I hit you and constrict it around you, I am then going to reposition you above me with an action and use my third action to drop you into my mouth. I need you to make me an athletics check versus my fort DC. You are at a -2 because there is nothing to grab onto. Now, I know you got some fucking crazy talismans. I will tell you that you are dropping 15 foot. If that makes a difference for anything that you got.
I mean, not really. The only thing I could do would be
This is a very important. I'm going to tell you out of the gate that I
Gentle
definitely
landing.
hit you with my bite.
okay.
And it's a very important roll for you to make.
Yeah.
What do we got, Alan?
I mean, if I was falling, like, would using my gentle landing as a reaction.
How far do you have to fall for that to kick in? You're only falling 15 foot.
It doesn't say. It says that
I
my
think there's a minimum
fall
for it.
slows. It says one falling creature sustained for, or not sustained, but duration is 1 minute. Target's fall slows to 60 feet per round. So I guess it wouldn't.
I mean,
matter.
I'll take away the -2.
Okay.
Giving you a little more time. I'll give you that.
And then, like,
Ooh.
if you were to fall and, like, hit something in dodging it, you wouldn't take the damage from falling.
Right. It's water below anyway, so you wouldn't really take any damage from falling.
So that was a 17 on the dice for a 23.
It snaps, but that slow fall, you land on its mouth.
Okay.
Resting on it. That creature roars, tossing you off of it into the sludgy water. I will tell you, you will be swimming in here. It is a 10-foot deep pool. In the corner of the room as you're falling, you see Wilcuff holding himself up in the corner of this room, hiding.
Yes! Thank God. Okay.
You heard no noises because this creature couldn't find him. With that, it goes to the top of the list, which is my creature, who's up on the surface area. I immediately take my bleed damage. Correct, Todd? It's the beginning of the round, right? Bleed is?
Persistent
Does it
damage
end?
happens at the end of your turn.
Okay, end.
And then immediately after that, you take, you do the flash.
I will not take an action to get rid of it because the way these creatures work, they wouldn't. The wall at the end of my turn will totally close for clarity for the 3 people on the outside.
So at the start of his turn, something else does happen though, because he's within 10 feet of me. He takes 2 fire damage.
Okay, I'll take my 2 fire damage. Still up. The only thing I can see, Georgia is gone. I'm gonna move Georgia back here, over top of the pit. The creatures behind, I am off guard because I got a person on each side. I'm gonna start. It goes like this and undulates, and it pushes its rib cage and stomach and spews acid in a line in front of him. Is it a line or a cone? I take that back. It might be a cone. It is a cone. So I will hit Maria as well. I need all of you. What's that?
Is this a concentrate or manipulate action?
It is not. It is an action. As it vomits up the body parts and pieces of other people that it has hit, I need reflex saves from the 3 of you. Oh, fortitude. I lied to you. Fortitude saves. I'm sorry. So whatever you roll, just use 4.
That's
Way worse.
Because it feels like an area.
What does Sicken 1 do to us?
Second one is a -1 to what you were doing. Hold on. My cheat sheet.
The sickened one fall off at the end of our turn?
It will fall to the end. But you might get it again from this. So.
Right.
No, start of your turn, I think. But I don't
Second
know.
is
So we don't have it right
status penalty equal to the value on all checks and DCs. You willingly can't ingest anything. You can spend an action retching to attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the sickening effect. On success, reduce its value by 1. So no, it doesn't go away.
Okay.
So you still have it. It's like the bleed thing where you have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only a -1 to your save. What did you get, Regner?
You said fortitude, right?
Correct.
I got a 17. -1 is a 16.
Not high enough. You take 10 points of acid damage, and you're sickened 1 again. But it doesn't go away anymore. What did you get, Burke?
24.
You make it. On success, each creature in the area must succeed. Nothing happens to you because it's the breath weapon. What did you get from yours?
I got 21.
You also are fine as it spews this stuff out. As it does
Of that body that you hijacked.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a body. You're just susceptible. As you do that, the body that you're in starts to melt. You definitely know whatever you're in is not one of these creatures. Because if it's immune to acid, you shouldn't be dying right now. I would love to say that is all, but I'm going to make 2 attacks on you. There's only 1 for me to do that. First attack is a 22 versus you. You have no armor on right now, Regner.
Yeah, I don't know if this guy was wearing anything protective or not.
Nope, just robes. Does that hit?
Yeah, it would have hit me with 22 is my AC with armor on.
Okay, you take 18 points of slashing damage from the first attack.
18?
Yep. Second attack, I miss.
Of course.
So I only hit you once. I need you to give me a will save to maintain control of the body after taking damage. And that will be the end of my turn for this creature.
You said the door is shutting at the end of its turn?
Yep. You could run over and open it, but it does close.
Okay. Sorry, you said reflex save?
What? No, will save. Will
save.
to contain, remain control of the body. You would hear the voice again, whispering to you before we go to Burke, saying, "I will release you from this body."
Will save's only a 12.
A 12, you lose control of the body.
Okay.
With that, Burke, you see the guy in front of you turn around, and he pulls a small pointed dagger with little barbs off of it out of his pocket. And this is fake Regner. And he turns, and he looks like he's getting ready to stab you, but you go first.
Are the nails gone?
Nope, still on that hand. They are still there currently. I haven't got to go yet because I go after you.
What the hell? All right, then I will summon my magical armor made of metal. These little plates flip around and cover me, and then a shield pops up in my hand as well. Mm-hmm. I will raise that shield as my second action, and I guess I'm gonna. Not so sure about this guy, but the creature is what's bugging me. So I'm going to form a elongated weapon, a melee weapon, and smack that guy, the creature that just spewed on us. 21 to hit.
You can't hit the guy who spewed. The wall shut.
Oh, I'm thinking the wall was behind him.
No, he's in the room. He always stays in the room to make sure the process goes accordingly. AKA, if someone tries to climb up, he kicks him in the pit.
So the wall on the map is where the torches are, not the next square back.
Yep.
Okay, I was wrong.
So I said he's blocking it, so no one could come in.
Instead, I guess I bonk this guy then.
Yeah, bonk fake Regner. I agree. Fake real fake. Is that now the order? Fake real fake. I think that's how it goes now.
I mean, I'm not in him anymore, so it's
you're in there. You just can't control it. So what do you want to do,
Bert?
Bert?
Would I know that? Would I know?
I have a really low AC. This is not going to be hard.
Yeah, but do I want to wreck his one vessel? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna flip it.
Frankhouse dilemma.
I'm gonna. Even I hit him. Oh,
Did you just Jamie me?
I just named you. Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be okay. Let me do my. Okay, it's a that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I guess a little hammer. Oh well, I probably didn't hit him then. 17.
Yeah, that hits me. I have no armor.
Well, I don't add a whole bunch of damage to this because it is a single action attack.
How much damage you take already, Regder? Because I need to know so I can write it down for the body's capability of taking damage.
It's like
Take
18.
3.
I've taken 29 points so far.
Okay, how many points did you do?
3.
The body falls to the ground. Boom.
It's not Regder anymore.
Nope. The
Well-
view is falling and then face straight on fucking brick or cobblestone.
Oh dear.
With that, Regder.
That's all my actions.
You're down. I was gonna say, do you have any more actions, Bert? You're done?
Nope.
All right. You're still sick because if you failed to save, if you didn't, you're fine. Regder, inside you hear, I will release you. Just say yes.
Back off, whoever this is.
Then you can stay trapped here forever.
I will myself to stop looking through this window.
Sure, you don't have to look at it. It's just in the area now. It's just a big black space that you're in. Just a big black void. They're there.
Are there any-
And actually, that's pretty
are
black
there-
too.
Are there any other windows?
No. It's just dark.
Who are you?
You know who I am. Let me go, and I will help you out. We made an agreement.
I don't know if
Just
you realize this,
say
but I woke up
my
with this
name.
thing. I don't know who you are.
You know it. Just reach deep inside. Say my name, and I will let you go.
Bob. Sandy. Witherfunk.
None of
Beyonce.
those names. None of those names. If you don't agree to it, and you're not saying that you will do it, and you're saying you don't know his name, I'm fine with that for now. That will
Last hard cheese.
take Black Star Cheese. Dirk Chiselback.
Dirk Chisel.
Brent McFisticuffs.
Thick McLarge huge.
That's
Thick McLarge
Mystery
Hughes.
Science
I was
Theater
going there next.
3000 Space Mutiny. If you've not seen that one,
Bob
amazing.
Johnson. No, wait.
Yep. Thing is, wait, what?
So
Have Jack Johnson
good.
and Tom O'Leary here waiting for you.
Oh God. Anyway,
Jesus.
that would take us. We are in threes and ups now. That was Burke. Regder is down. He's decided he's just going to talk shit to the person who's saying to let him go. That takes us to Maria. Maria, what do you want to do? The wall's closed.
So I forget, did we skip Georgia or does Georgia go after us?
Georgia is at the beginning of the round right now. She fell, and I'm going to do Georgia as a separate initiative because we're in a separate area right now.
Okay, what about her creature?
Well, I don't know what her creature's going to do. It can fly down after her is what I'm assuming is going to happen because it can't go through the wall
She
you're
has to.
in. She has to be able to control it.
She has to command
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will do her
Um,
separately. I just
yeah,
want to
that's
give you
okay.
all a chance to get in before I let her go.
Well, if he's dead, I'm just gonna. Did we with my dark vision? Was I able to see the switch or whatever that was
No.
pulled?
No, he
pushed?
can only see it because he had tremor sense. It would take an action or perception to do it, but you could possibly find it.
Yeah, I'll just move over and do a perception to try and find it then.
So you're searching the area, make a perception check.
I'm gonna patch it. This is too important. That is better. That is a 24 with a minus. one
Yeah,
for
it's on the
second.
opposite wall over here. You can see the way where you're looking there. You can tell the wall slams in here and shuts. It's the switch is on the other side. You could go over and push it with one of your actions if you would like to. Even if you action searched here, see it across the way. action to move over and hit the button. It would leave you with an action. It does take 2
Be
rounds.
cool. Hit
for
it with
to
the whip.
Totally open. But this round it'll open 1.
Okay. That's actually what I was thinking. Was like, can I like, is it big enough for me to hit it with my whip?
You need to put some pressure into it. Like you're not gonna be able to whip hit it and manipulate it.
That's okay.
Maybe ghost. If you could do like ghost hand, if it operates like mage hand, yes.
No, it would just be like causing a huge point of pressure to.
You might break it doing that shit. But
then
mage
I'll
hand.
just walk over and press it. I don't have mage hand. I'm the thaumaturge.
And you have one. You have one more action.
Okay. So I press the thing.
It starts to slide. You can see him. He's got partial cover, but you can see him. The thing's flying behind him still.
Yeah, I will try and hit him.
All right. Not hard. It doesn't actually have a crazy good AC, but it's pretty good.
And then...
He is fucking wounded, though. I'll tell you that.
That's a 23 to hit.
Oh, it hits me.
Okay. Oh, shit. I fucked up my crit last time, but that's okay. That's on me. I forgot that I'd upgraded my weapon to a striking.
Ah, okay.
Whip
it good. That is correct, Star Trek.
Yeah, so that's gonna be 2, and then
just add it now.
7, and
no,
then,
that is not happening, Drew. Come on, 14 damage.
11, 15 points.
15. That's with the weakness.
I added the weakness on it. Yeah.
I am still up, but I am looking ragged. He has got cuts and wounds and that ooze pouring out of him. I took... No, I would be dead because I didn't stop to bleed. I would die from your hit because of the 3 points of bleed last round. As it falls over, you see a second tentacle come up and grab the creature and pull it into the abyss.
Okay, well, I tried.
With that,
I have no more actions.
Wilcuff and Georgia are in the same space. Wilcuff is making eye contact with you as you hit it, bounce off, and you fall in the water. What would you like to do with your actions after you fell in, didn't get eaten? What would you like to do?
For my first action, I'm going to go ahead and consume an elixir of life.
Is it action to pull it out and an action to drink it?
Fuck. No, then I can't do it. Then I can't do that.
Pretty sure that's correct, right, Todd? Action to draw, action to drink it. That hasn't changed, right? Unless you got something special?
I was looking it up and I saw the activate one action to interact.
Yeah. I mean, it is. You could do that. It's 2 actions. If you didn't get slowed, that would give you 1 action left.
Can't. No, I cannot do that.
Why? Why not?
I'm gonna go ahead and use 1 action to sustain my spell.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use pest form as I transform into a little mothy moth.
I'm gonna pull this large creature down into the abyss with you.
Yeah, while he is distracted by, sludging the sludge, I'm going to, pest form, moth time.
First off, you cast a spell next to me?
I am going to have to.
Does it have manipulate?
Yeah. If you hit me, I'm dead.
The third tentacle smashes into the water. I got a 14. As the mouth roars, everyone can hear it now. It is loud. As it tries to absorb your spell as you're casting, like drink it up. Your moth thing flies down. Are you going to have it attack?
Yeah.
Well, give me your roll to hit as it flies down. I'm going to put this guy's dead in the water. I'm going to add Wilcuff down here with you in the corner because he would definitely be here. Hello, Wilcuff.
Oh, no.
Slide him back up here. Did you fly out? You get lucky, girl.
First action is a miss.
All right, swing and a miss. You don't get to fly, though. You're just a moth right now, correct? Because technically, you used all your actions.
Well, 1 to sustain,
2 to cast,
so
you're stuck here.
Yeah.
So it comes down, swings and misses. Is that all of its actions, right? Are we done? Or does it get two? Because one to move down here and one to hit.
One to move, one to hit. I think that sounds correct, yes.
Okay. When Willcuff sees what's going
on. No, wait. If I use one action so I summon it, it gets 2. And then after I sustain it, it gets a full 3 actions. Is that correct? Does that sound right?
No, it's always 2.
Okay.
It's like summoned creatures. Basically, you're giving up a command to make it do things. Summoning's is. I'll tell you what, it's easier than it used to be. Summoning used to be a fuck show. Willcuff crawls around the wall towards you, seeing that you cast a spell. Mm-hmm. He looks at you and goes, and starts reaching for the TNT. So we are at the top of the round now, because that's what Willcuff did at the end of the round, just to kind of summarize all that. That means it goes to the creature at the beginning of this round. Because we were doing your last action from last round. I just wanted to give them a chance to be in the room in case I got to see it all. Sure. I go first. I don't know you're there. Your creature is there. It is going to flail at it. 36 hit it.
Yeah, that's a crit.
It's a crit? Okay, so crit.
Yeah.
12.
That's only he's only got an AC 15.
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage, and I grab it.
Okay.
I need a fortitude save from it as I constrict it immediately.
Okay. Fortitude is going to be... This die is not rolling happy for this moth. That is, 14.
Another 11 points of damage. You hear metal start to bend and crunch. Is it still alive?
He's done.
Okay.
Nope.
Delete. With that, I'm going to try to attack anything that has got a lovely smell to it. I'm going to make my scent roll within 30 feet.
Yep.
And it lurches to try to bite the flying creature out of the air because it is the only living thing that is in here.
Let's go.
Allie, hit an 18. I rolled really bad.
18?
Does an 18 hit you in your mothy form? Do you get swallowed by the large beast?
Holy shit. AC is 15 plus my level, so I have a 19 AC.
As it snaps yet again, the jaws land next to you. I miss with that. I will make my tendril swipe at you. I, unfortunately, is lower with my last attack. It hits the wall. It reverberates. Upstairs, you can feel things vibrate. With that, I went a little longer because everyone was missing. So we had a missing Drew. Drew, unfortunately, you won't be here the next 2 weeks.
Oh.
I guess we know where I am.
Yes, I do. And I also know that our replacement is going to be joining. We have someone who's going to be coming and guesting while Drew is gone for 2 weeks. As this creature starts to grab the walls and close it out, smelling the only food upstairs. As the door is being opened, that thing is continuing its trek down upstairs. You see these huge pseudopod tendrils pulling it up and out of the muck, looking for food. In the darkness, you simply hear again, "Say my name, we'll let you out."
Erik, I always thought that it was kind of like a dream state. I don't know that I ever actually heard this thing's name.
It is up to you.
I'm saying that I do not know it.
That's up to you. I'm saying if you want to know it, you've heard it whispered and rumored in your sleep.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's heard it. I don't think he's heard it because he doesn't put a lot of faith in anything other than himself.
Would you say you only put faith in family?
Yeah. Kinda.
Yeah? Okay.
Kinda.
Cool. Well, with that said...
we have to summon Din Weasel?
Din Weasel? Thank you, someone got it! That's where you got it! With that said, everybody, we only have 3 episodes left for our second campaign, first season. Drew is gone for 2, but we're still going to do 2 episodes. And it worked out perfectly because he said no to this guy. So he's still trapped in wherever the fuck he is. We have a guest star coming to play. I already know where the guest star is going to be. It's going to be pretty entertaining to see how the fuck he gets brought in. This fight is now 1 man short and a moth.
You know what? At least I've got an elongating whip.
So as this thing is crawling out, you got a will cup with a TNT stick and 2 people standing. And you have an inquisitor down the hall that has peeled the flesh off his arms and the meat between the bones who hears this noise. We are at horror level 3 for the beginning of this. I need everybody to give me 1 will save besides Regtor.
Okay.
That's going to be a patch.
All right, first patch for Burke for the night.
I got a dirty 20.
And is everybody happy with that, or would anyone like a superstition, or do anyone use a patch, or does
Second
anyone
patch.
need any? Do you have a patch left? You already used one.
I do. I have mine
Very
and
good
patch
one.
64 from earlier.
All right. Give me a roll.
Also,
Okay.
a dirty 20, which is a lot better than the 9 I first rolled.
Ugh.
Now, those stratagem
I-
DCs will be important
Yeah.
as we pick our hunt proposal for this creature as it is crawling out. Because technically, this is a combination of a cryptid and a keeper. From behind the curtain, you all hear footsteps. As an overstretched face of a woman pokes through, with horns underneath the hat, dressed in a backpack
God.
and robes, and you hear the distinct sound of 2 hoofs hitting the room with a hand as a Galafel looks past the curtain at the group of you. I have been tracking this group as the Galafel during their travel. I had come here way before all of you tried to figure out what was going on, because the Galafel currently believes he is your friend. Specifically, your real friend, not friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So we will pick up next
Buddy.
week with a Galafel, an Otiug, a butterfly, and a man trapped in a nightmare. I don't know what could go wrong. Does anyone have anything special going on this week before we close out?
Not this
Amber
week.
is back on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
All
go.
right. Amber is back Sunday. Awesome. Are you at PAX this coming week or the week after, Drew?
Next week.
Next
Next Tuesday I fly. And the Tuesday after that I fly back. So
Kelly and I will be at Gary Conn coming up. If you want to come say hi, that's where I get there on Wednesday, way late Wednesday night, but I'll be around most of Thursday. When are you getting in? Thursday or Wednesday, Kelly?
We're actually going Wednesday.
Oh, you're going Wednesday too? Okay.
Yeah.
What time are you getting in there? Early or late?
Early so we can get our, not like
Badge.
super early, but like get checked in, get at the badge and stuff.
Gotcha. I won't be there till probably like 9 o'clock. So for those who be around, if you want to catch a drink later that evening, let me know. We are leaving it at this lovely hanging place. I will just need to end the show with Drew because he won't be around next week. Take your headphones off, everybody.
Hey.
Drew, thank you for joining us from the knitting closet. It's like you're in somebody else's dream.
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird. Sir, you
Swear to God, I logged on. I was like, cool, and then I was like, man,
yeah, it said you were there.
my signal's really low, and then just nothing. And I was like, what the hell? And I thought it was because we bought extenders for the Wi-Fi today, and there was a firmware update, and I was like, motherfucker, if that's what did this. And then like
Everything went out.
30 minutes into us trying to reset the router and everything, Frontier finally texted us and we're like, there's an outage that will possibly be done, fixed by 2 a.m. Like,
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to save Regtor. You said no to this gentleman not once, but twice now. I am now forcing a will save on you. You're at a
Okay.
-2. I don't have strong reach on you, because you only have 2 fingernails. You are looking for a DC 20 will save and -2 to the roll.
Hey, 12 or higher on this die.
You do? Yeah, okay. Now, good sir.
Do I have any hero points left?
No, but.
No, I do. I have one. I
But.
have one from 2 episodes ago.
No, they don't carry over. That's not how that works.
What?
No, they never carry over. That is not how that
What are you talking about?
They hero
The ones
points
that
do
we
not-
save?
No.
Like like someone has a hero point, blah blah blah. That's only for the next.
That was for the next episode. It was gone. You don't get the bank 'em, buddy. Sorry, that's not how it works. You got it for the next episode. I was nice enough to give one.
That's
Would you like at a
good to know.
cost? I'll let you use a patch and re-roll if you got a patch.
No, I used both of them. And at a
Would you
cost is
like
only +2,
A
and I need a 12.
Would you like a
or higher.
superstition? This is really what we were looking for. If not, it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
What,
I
what's
got
your-
one for you.
All right, what's the superstition?
If a strange entity is trying to get you to say its name in the dark, don't fucking do it.
That's not. So don't answer
It seems
callings in the dark.
Common sense.
Don't answer.
When the wind whispers to you in the dark,
Whispers
don't
in the
talk
dark.
back to it.
Yeah, there you go. With that, I'll give you another one. Would you like to use at a cost? You have to do it before you roll. It's +2.
Yes, +2, but if I fail it, something bad happens.
You're slow to 1. That's it.
Sure.
All right. I'll use Serving Hands card for at a cost.
ETHUANTIA dice. Do something. That's a 22.
Okay.
-2 is a 20. So that
+2.
hits because I rolled a 10.
Well, +2.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, I roll a 10,
Oh,
which is 20,
okay.
+2 -2 washes. So I made it.
There is a
Just.
cold feeling on your middle finger for a moment as you feel the fingernail almost start to pry loose. But you're strong enough to push it away. You don't grow a 3rd fingernail. You don't get forced out of the body. You're currently trapped in it in a conversation with this creature. Whatever it is,
Which
you
is-
still have
Which
to
is exactly what, which is exactly what I was gonna do. Like, look, let's have a conversation and see if we can come to an agreement.
Oh, there's an agreement. With that, everybody, thank you for joining us. We will be back next week with our Cyberpunk at 8 p.m. and then episode 11 for ETHUANTIA with a guest star. I'm super excited to see who it's going to be. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, be careful. Look around when you're walking in those deep holes or puddles out there, because there's a good chance that the tides will find you. On this side over here, there's going to be a subscription. We're trying to hit 500. Click it to your friends, send it to your friends, whatever we can do to get to that 500 so we can do some special things with a new program that I have. And on the other side, there's going to be a video to watch. I'm guessing it's probably going to be ETHUANTIA, but I never know. The internet algorithm gods choose whatever the hell they want. Good night, everybody.